Take me to the channel for the PCP. Listen to some voicemails for the Minecraft stream. I really want to have Radcon funded by you. We can be procrastinators. Hello, welcome to the show. We're here to let you know time is running out. There's something running out. Remember that song from that movie?
No, I couldn't
It's
possibly
the pony
in any
movie.
way. What? There was a
It's
song?
the pony. It was the one with a rock band.
I
With the
forget
the
everything.
sirens.
The only thing I can remember is that one Aladdin scene because it was so out of place with the cat.
What? No, not that pony movie. I'm talking about the Equestria Girls. Equestria Girls 2 Rainbow Rocks.
Oh, oh yeah, that sucked. Why do you remember any of that?
You're wrong. That's the only Equestria Girls that's kind of good. That one's kind of okay sometimes. The other ones are terrible.
It was mediocre. It was like, this is not enough classic rock for me. They got guitars, but where's the solos at? Where's the Jimmy Page shit?
That one has its moments.
Moments of pure devastation on the part of the viewer.
Yeah. I mean, when you're right. So how's your week been, Gib? What's been going on over there across the pond?
It's just been fine. I mean,
sure.
Oh wait.
Nice.
Well, there's a news thing. I don't really want to. I mean, it's like a thing happened. I mean, oh
my god.
It's just,
bruh.
It's just that I have an opinion on it, but it's kind of a stupid, like a making it about me opinion. But there was this lady who got murdered by a policeman. Or something, or like the police didn't help, or it was really tragic or something. I didn't look into it too much, but I did see that there was like a memorial service,
the vigil,
and the police came to that and they pushed everyone around, saying, "Get the fuck out of here! You're not allowed." And it's like, I guess they're not allowed. It's true, but it doesn't look good.
Super bad.
And there was a lot of stuff on BBC, and I was just like checking BBC every so often just because whatever. I don't get British news from American pundits, so I just have to check myself. And there was a lot of like women talking about how they are mistreated and they're not listened to, and that men are evil, and well, not evil, they didn't say that.
Yeah.
And there was all that stuff going on, and the only thing I could think of, I mean, obviously, there's always like a problem with misogyny and stuff, but the only thing I can think of is that could so easily turn into hardcore TERF bigotry. And I was just thinking
everyone in England is a TERF, Gib.
I know.
All of your people are like that.
I'm like, true. Women they don't feel safe to walk the streets at night. There's some parts of London that are very dangerous, and it's not good. But at the same time, I could so easily see, like, if I spoke out or if I was involved in any way, that I would be potentially sort of attacked, or like
you wouldn't be taken seriously.
I would be, like, I don't know. I mean, there was nothing in the news that indicated that like trans issues was any part of the discussion, but I'm just wary of it now because it's so obvious in other parts how transphobic the UK is. It just pissed me off. It didn't piss me off. It just made me a little, jeez.
Jeez, Rick. Geez, Rick, you're saying we gotta take a whole 23-minute episode to go to the wizarding world of Harry Potter and kill J.K. Rowling? Geez.
God, they should do that. They might do that. They might. They're definitely. They were making they made a Gamergate reference in the last season. It was really like late on that issue. I could see them saying
Hogwarts,
TERF.
Right?
I could see Rick saying TERF, like, you know what, Morty? It's cool to be hating TERFs. I know how
I don't know.
I know how influential I am because of Pickle Rick Morty. I'm gonna teach the kids how to kill the turfs.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Guaranteed plotline. Can't wait.
It just rolls. I mean, it's just such a natural fit. Rick is just so interested in like social justice and in like making people's lives better. he's like he won't let any injustice stand. And he's probably just I think he would probably just wipe Great Britain off the map. I think would probably be like the simplest solution. And then everyone would be happy. No losers. Okay. That brings me a little bit to some people in my Discord were talking a little about the Kiwi Farms thread, about the Trixie thread on Kiwi Farms. And I read some of it, and there were a couple funny things about it that were worth noting. But there was one post in particular that made me lol so hard. Let me hold on. I think I have a screenshot. So like the context is that like all the Kiwi Farms people, a lot of them are like, oh, fuck Trixie, fuck the PCP, but Nate though. Oh, but that Nate guy though, he's kind of like a trad Chad, and like I have daddy issues, and I will latch onto anyone as a role model. So like, maybe this Nate guy's all right. And I don't know. I don't want to like put that on Nate. It's not Nate's fault that these people are idiots. But this, I'm gonna read this out loud because this is so fucking funny. On a side note, I hope Content dies soon. Let Nate go. He's a meme lord, but will never, ever troon out or even joke about doing so. He thinks buff males are peak aesthetic for men and likes women with fat tits unironically. Guy is straight as a board.
Wait. What does troon out mean?
He's straight. Okay. That's kind of a slur, lol. Okay. Nominally, in theory, a troon is a fake trans person who's just doing it for attention. But in practice, every trans person is a troon to these pig fuckers.
Right. Okay.
So I just love the like.
What sort of person is like?
Nate will never go trans. Nate will never go trans. He's straight. He's fucking straight.
What a strange thing to say.
I know. This is my favorite. This is like copy pasta worthy. He unironically likes fat tits, bruh. He's just like me. He's just like me.
You know,
okay,
that argument doesn't even make sense, because if he were trans, he could still like men and women with fat tits unironically. That could still be true.
Yeah, but like this person doesn't fucking understand anything.
Such a strange like reason for Content to die is that Nate is not trans. I can't believe how straight
Trixie is
he
too
is.
much of a Trixie is too much of a bad influence, too much of a degenerate influence on Nate. Like, the two of them are like oil and water. Like, they must naturally repel from one another. For them to have a show together is like a violation of the natural hierarchy.
Oh, is that why they're saying it?
I don't know. I mean,
my first impression
this person
was
is just just has distaste at seeing the two of them together.
I see.
Because they respect one and hate the other. I think that's the point.
That's more what I would have expected from, like, at first I was thinking, why the fuck is Nate here? Get the fuck rid of Nate. He's not trans enough. He's too straight. I hate looking at Nate. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Also clip that. Clip.
Yeah. I like the part when he says he will never troon out or even joke about doing so. Is this guy I just wonder what this guy is what is the cope gonna be when the OVA comes out? Lol.
Oh no.
He would never even joke. He would never even joke about being a girl. That's just how straight he is. This is unironically like, this is like pre-transition Chris Chan being like, I'm straight, I have a subscription to Playboy. Like that's the feeling here. But it's not even about himself, it's about someone else. I love this. This is the new meme.
Insane.
Guy is straight. He thinks buff males are peak aesthetic for men and likes women with fat tits unironically. Guy is a straight as a board. Okay, that's a jewel. That's a jewel. I just had to share it. Well, that's over. What next? Oh, Bitcoin.
Oh no.
Bitcoin.
Oh well,
it's
I guess
going
that's a
to the
good thing,
moon.
but it's like the continuing arc of like, oh, did you know coin went up or down? Well, it went up.
It went up.
It went up past the previous peak.
That's the news. That's the news. Yep, it's up. It is just over 60K. It went up to almost 62K. It's down a little bit, but like it's still up overall. I am waiting for it to hit 64K. If it hits 64K, I will have recouped everything that I lost from GameStop. So that would be very nice. That's what I'm hoping it happens. Also, I'm still waiting for I was kind of expecting it to jump when people started getting stimmy checks. I haven't really seen that happening. I know some people are saying they're getting their stimmy, but it's not. I don't know if like most people have gotten it yet. So I'm still waiting to see if
about
there's a
like
jump.
the. I mean, obviously, I know nothing. I don't even know why I started speaking. But like, there's a lot of big like investments from big business people being like, "Oh, Bitcoin is good." And they're pumping money into it. So I think that's what's causing the spike rather than like individuals getting into it. There's a whole lot of like, oh, we've got to make sure it doesn't crash. Keep fucking putting money in it or something.
Maybe you're right. I mean, I'm looking at it and like early on the 13th, there was like one like couple of minutes there where it just like shot up like crazy. And like that has to be some like big company being like, time to dump all our assets into Bitcoin.
Gotta dump ass on this Bitcoin.
Dump ass on Bitcoin. We've waited far too long. The investors are clamoring for those Bitcoin gains. Well, they'll get them in the short term anyway. Dude, I do think it's gonna crash again. I just don't know when.
Whatever. But great segue to Psycholonials, which also has Bitcoin shenanigans involved.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. So you're caught up to chapter 5 now?
Yeah, I've caught up to the current chapter 5 of Psycholonials. I would say it's great. It's like
I love it. I love Psycholonials.
It's like the sort of hype that you get from a Homestuck, with a few flash. Well, I guess they wouldn't be flash. It's just like movies, cutscenes, if you will. Of stuff happening with music, and the writing is cool. The characters are really good, and they are. They're actually good. Hussey actually wrote a thing that's good. Yeah. In fact, put this audio before we talk about spoilers. Go play Psycholonials. It's very, very good. It's a visual novel, Hussey written, extremely good character development.
Everyone was skeptical.
Would you believe it?
Everyone was so skeptical. Everyone said, Hussey, he's a washed up old dish rag. He's never gonna, he fucked up with Hive Swap and now he's fucking dead. Nah. I was very optimistic. I was like, oh, this is him. This is him untethered from any like weird corporate shit or like monetary expectations of like, oh, I have to write this thing for Hive Swap. Oh, I have to deliver on these Kickstarter expectations. He's like, no, that's a separate thing. This is just a thing he felt like making and he made, and like that's I'm like, that's what I'm interested in seeing, and it's good. Z is really cool. She's a literal cop killer, and they call her that, and she wears purple. So it's pretty good.
Very like super Bencore.
She is super Bencore. I think I don't know, do we care about spoilers or I don't
We
know,
can
how
talk
much do
about
you want to go
spoilers
into?
in a little bit. I just want to say
Okay.
that like the whole Hussey washed up thing. I don't ever think it's been because of his writing, because like
Yeah.
the epilogue was extremely terrible, but like it was written
I didn't read
competently.
it.
I
I
didn't
didn't read
read
it, so I don't
I
know.
didn't read the candy side. There was the meat and the candy. Meat I read purely so that I could see the finality of what happened with the Lord English battle and what happened to John Egbert for real, canon. Now I know. John's dead. He's dead.
Lol.
And
Nice.
Roxy is
Nice.
trans and various other things that are interesting and good. But
Cool.
like it's tied to Homestuck and the whole, Homestuck has a lot of baggage with it, so like you can't make an epilogue to Homestuck work exactly. Like you can't make it like
Hmm.
satisfy everyone, so he just made it kind of as unsatisfying and ridiculous and stupid as possible. And it was kind of funny in that sense. But also I didn't it was whatever. Then there was Homestuck
Okay.
2, which is like not really written by him, and so that's not
Yeah.
really it's like plot points and some things are written by him, but not all of it is. So the only thing I've really seen of his post Homestuck writing wise is his author's notes on the latest like Homestuck books, the physical print
Hmm.
versions. I've enjoyed
Do you own
those.
those?
I own Act. Let me check. I got the on my shelf here. Yes, I have books 4, 5, and 6. Book 5 is Act 5, Act 2, Part 1. Book 6 is Act 5, Act 2, Part 2. And I don't think it gets to Cascade. I think that would be the next one. All I wanted was like Act 5 and
Mm-hmm.
Cascade. And Cascade is like still not it's so much pages. But the author notes are really good. Very insightful, very good analysis stuff. And since it's written like more modern times than his previous book commentary was, uh
Mm.
I get to understand a little bit of what he's going through right at the moment as he's like after
That's kind of
Homestuck is
interesting.
finished and seeing the author notes and like that's pretty cool. So I was never
Did you
under the
yeah.
impression that Hussey has like got bad or shit. It's just that he didn't like Homestuck. He didn't want to work on it anymore. But it was sort of like
And
he
that's
had
why I was
to.
like, oh, this thing is not Homestuck. I'm like, yeah, Homestuck had so much baggage. I was like, oh my god, a non-Homestuck property? Like finally. Like
Yeah.
I've wanted Hussey to stop making Homestuck for a while now and just do something else. Uh did you play Hive Swap? I guess there's two Hive Swaps. I don't know. I didn't play any of
Oh
them.
yeah, the second one is out. Is it? I think it
I
is.
don't know.
Yeah, I played the first one. It was alright.
I heard it was all right. Yeah, I heard it was all right.
It was just like
Uh
point and click. Like the
I'm just
puzzles
not
weren't that interesting, and it was quite
I'm
short.
just not that interested in like exploring the like troll culture, which seems like a lot of what Hive Swap is about. I don't know if that's accurate. That's just my
Um,
impression.
the first part is like half in Joey in the mansion, like the human world, and it's a mansion that is tied to Jake English grandpa or Jade Harley or something. It's like tied to those characters in some way. And
Mm-hmm.
then the troll stuff is like after her Imperious condescension left Troll Land. No, this is before. This is I can't think of like the. I think it slots into Homestuck somewhere. It's like before a lot of stuff happened, but it's got a different
Okay.
empress, and it's a different empress and a bunch of trolls, and there they are. I don't know. I never gave a shit about any of them. They had that fucking fucking talking game where you talk to a bunch of troll OCs and you learn about them, and I never had any interest in that.
Nice. Nice. I should probably play it. I mean, they're short, right? Everyone says they're short.
Hive Swap, yeah, it's pretty good. It's like not a shit game.
Uh so okay. The branding on Psycholonials, or like the blurbs about Psycholonials that I could read before I started playing it, they emphasized that it was like about some kids trying to like start like a media brand.
Yeah.
I feel like it didn't talk about like spoilers, by the way, all like the murder and the cop murder,
I mean,
and that
that
it's
was a
like,
surprise. I wasn't really expecting it to
no, I
go
wasn't
there.
expecting that. At the end of chapter 1, I'm like, oh, it's that kind of story. All right. Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool.
like it starts off because the first Homestuck was like ostensibly it was a thing. It was about like four kids and Homestuck, like they're stuck at home, like they are not old enough to leave home, they are not old enough to venture out on their own, and it is a coming of age story in a
You're
way.
saying that's what you thought it was?
Well, there's lots of like theming of like I'm trying to wrap Homestuck up in like one description. It's kind of difficult, but like
Yeah.
it's about four kids who are kind of young. They're like 13 stuff, and the adventure they go on is in part about growing up and also about the way the internet works and the model of how the comic is portrayed online with GIFs, with Flash, with
Mm-hmm.
HTML, is like, and all of the mannerisms of like the trolls are like it's like a web comic about the web on the web, and it's a comic. It's like a new thing. It's like an interesting idea that hadn't really been done before. And so this, I feel like Psycholonials is like Hussey finding as another interesting way. Like the internet has changed, and this,
Mm-hmm.
the way culture has changed. Homestuck doesn't really make
Yeah.
sense anymore. It also is
Yeah.
broken in a lot of ways, and you can't
Yeah.
exactly experience it the same way. And like so, Psycholonials is clearly his, like, he's interested in the way that it's changed, and he's telling a story with that as part of something. It's not finished yet, and I haven't seen all of it, but like I get the feeling that that's the reason he was interested in this idea, is that it takes place
Mm.
in the real world, COVID-19, 2020, and people are, they're not just human beings; they also have brands, and everyone's trying to make their brand good. And these two girls are influencers, but also they shoot a guy.
I yeah, it's I mean, do you think Hussey just like wants at all times to be writing a story about what the internet is like?
No,
And
I
this is
mean,
just like the newest iteration of that?
no, I think it's just that, like, maybe to move on from Homestuck, which was that, is like deliberately
Hmm.
showing that, like, Homestuck is not that Homestuck is old or whatever, but like the internet in the way that it's portrayed in Homestuck is very outdated, and people are different, and the way they interact with each other is different, social media and all that. So just
Yeah.
found that interesting. And also, he just wanted to write another clown story because he's been like, clowns is like every single comic has clowns in them. Every single one, every single thing he's done has clowns, except
But
for maybe that
yeah,
rapping thing.
Homestuck was like the least clown thing he ever made. Well,
I guess the
close. It's close.
Problem Sleuth has a clown race in it, but they're not that
Yeah.
forefront. They're sort of just a funny little
No, they're
extra thing.
they're just kind of there. I mean, yeah, I mean, Homestuck has like all like the Gamzee stuff is Juggalo stuff, but I mean, he's like one character out of like 400 or whatever. Yeah, this is like the clowns are back. They're front and center. Back with a vengeance. His like his like Instagram posts of like himself in like the e-boy
Oh
clown
yeah,
makeup
yeah. It was the
really
e-boy.
cast that in like a funny new
He
new light.
he had the e-boy, like looking funky fresh out in the world, taking pictures, doing silly poses in front of stuff and horses, and like the sunglasses with sports on them that Z wears. He has those and has taken a picture of those. Just I recognize that as like Lamau.
Yeah.
As yeah, that was
Lamau.
another thing I was gonna say. Is like it's very clearly a reflection of his, experiences being an extremely influential creator that has been cancelled a few times, and it's like a little bit of that mixed in to the story.
A little. I mean, a little bit.
A little bit.
Someone, Munchie told me that he hadn't read it yet, but I asked him if he was gonna, and he said that he heard somewhere that someone had like told him that like the story was cringe because it was all about cancel culture and how bad cancel culture is. And I'm like, I don't know who told you that, but like that's totally wrong.
No, it's not about
I guess
cancel
there's a
culture.
little bit of that in there. Yeah,
It's like it's using cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
It's using cancel culture,
cancel couture,
couture as
when you
like
do it
a
fancy.
like a plot point. It's just a new way that something from your past can come back to haunt you. It's a cancel culture. It's just a modern way of saying that sort of thing happened. Like you did something fucked up and people remember it, and that will haunt you forever. And the fact that it's like can cancel you is like the fact that she doesn't really get cancelled at all in the thing. Canceled. Maybe she will in the future, but like it's more of a storytelling device, just like a contemporary way of telling a thing happened.
She got canceled in the past, but we don't like they allude to something that happened before that made everyone hate her.
Yeah.
But like we never find out what that was.
Yeah, it's just like a backstory.
It might not even be important.
It's like saying, it's just like, oh, this story sucks because it's about a backstory, and that's all it's about. It's like, well, I mean, backstories exist in all sorts of things. This one just happens to be cancel culture related.
I don't really think it is cancel culture related. I don't know.
Well,
the whole everyone hates her now is like it's so vague about like what it's meaning that like I wouldn't really call it anything.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like, who fucking knows what it is.
Not a cancel culture. It's just the words they use. That's what I was getting at. It's like there's a normal thing that happens in a lot of stories. It's just got the words cancel in it, and it's like, oh, that's a modern thing.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know where the story's going. I mean, I can see where it's at now, how like the brand combined, like the brand people liked it, and then the news broke of the cop murder, and that was like completely on brand for it, and it only like propelled the brand to greater heights. And then it turned into like this kind of tertiary social movement that sort of piggybacked off the George Floyd stuff, and now there's like a militia on Nantucket.
Yeah.
That all makes sense to me. That all seems like a pretty natural progression. I have no clue like what the end is going to be. I mean, like the clown god, the Jubilite god, is he real? Is he a real entity, or is he just a hallucination?
Because Hussey has had things that seemed real and then didn't be real in like Problem Sleuth started off as like, oh, it's a video game private detective thing, and then it spiraled out of control into something completely insane. Homestuck similarly. People will be wondering if this is the same sort of thing. Is it actually like supernatural, or is this just like a psychological manifestation? And I don't know. It could go either way, which is why I'm interested in finding out.
I guess
go play Psycholonials on Steam.
I was gonna say let's timestamp this moment right now because it's after spoilers, but no, it's not done because I want to spoil a little bit more. I'm really wondering about like will Z be like redeemed? Like will she come out on top of this or not? Because it seems like she's kind of evil, but also like all the things she says are like good, and like I agree with them and Hussey agrees with them.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of like a folk hero, even at the same time that she's like a complete sociopath and like getting innocent people killed.
She's a psycho, but she's also like a rad socialist and a crazy juggalo, and that's a goth girl GF. Like, sort of, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool, and like I don't know, I'm rooting for her.
I
don't
I
know.
don't know.
She got Percy killed though.
She did seem sad about it, so it was like I feel like
she didn't seem that sad about it.
Well,
she
she was
seemed like
crying.
performatively. She seemed like, I mean, it was an intense moment. She gives him the kiss, and then she seems like she's like moved by the moment, but not in a way that it's like, oh God, what have I done? This innocent person is dead. Her reactions seem more
she's
like,
too
oh,
deep in it.
this is such high drama. Like things are coming to such a cataclysmic head. Like, yes, like I'm feeling like the drama of the moment. I got to give him a kiss because that's just what you do in this situation. That was my read on it.
Yeah, I think it's more that to show that she's not like completely lost her humanity, that she does feel sad, but like she's too deep in it now to like turn back. She's gonna continue the war.
That moment made me think that she's like lost her humanity even more than I thought she had. Like that, how like she's not worried about Percy the person. She immediately starts like mythologizing him as like this is the first martyr in in the Jubilite War or Revolution or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I hadn't thought about it like that.
But I know that but still, like, I like what she stands for, and I think Hussey does too. Like she's not like completely villainous. I think it seems like maybe it's heading for like a hubris, like a hubris downfall
like a
at the end. Yeah, exactly. Like this is like a good person with like some tragic flaws that will eventually lead to their destruction. That seems
I wonder...
like the trajectory, but I don't know. The whole Jubilite cosmic clown god thing could perhaps have some impact on the direction of the story takes. I don't know. That's just a possibility.
I think the fact that there's like psychic damage and she's like clearly has like mental issues. The Jubilite clown is more likely like a mental problem, but like that we can see as like a cool space god thing.
If I had to bet right now, I would say that this story is not actually like a supernatural thing. That the clown is just a thing in her mind. That's my. I'll bet all my Bitcoin on that.
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
And then it'll keep going up.
And then I'll have lost even more. My losses will just keep compounding forever.
Yeah,
never sell Bitcoin, Gib. You only buy. Oh, it goes down, buy. It goes up, buy. Because it will only ever go up, never down. But if it does go down, definitely buy.
I like looking at the long term. I don't care about Bitcoin. I'm trying to talk about Psycholonials. Although, yeah, the Bitcoin stuff in there was funny. The whole I forget the name of the other girl. What was her?
Abby.
I like the whole like, they're super billionaires, and then Z has this ingenious plan to steal all of their money, and flirts with Abby's mum.
Gross.
It was really like through emails, and then gets Percy to do the voice, and it's such a elaborate. It's such an elaborate plan that I couldn't even imagine thinking of it for a character to think of in a story. It's a very Hussey plan.
I thought it was weird that like there's like a throwaway line about like how Abby graduated Harvard by fucking all her professors, and Abby's just like lol true, and like I just thought that was a weird detail. I understand that like sex isn't bad, but like I don't know, I don't feel like that's like a good I don't feel like that reflects well on a person still. Well, I don't even think I'm a prude to think that.
I mean, the fact that I don't think Abby is like an angel. She's no angel. She's like,
I guess not.
She hears about like the fact that Z like shot a cop. I mean, admittedly, it was like in self-defense in a way, but we saw that it wasn't exactly like when you get shot at.
Yeah, like she like Z's gaslighting us, right? Like Z's keeps saying it's in self-defense, but like it wasn't completely.
She jumped at him, bit his arm or something, took the gun, and then shot him a bunch of times. It's like he wasn't even really aiming for her. He shot her thing she was
honestly
holding.
but she says it. She says so often and so confidently that like it was in self-defense that like I started to believe it, and then I was like, wait, and I had to go back and check, and like, she fooled me. She gaslit me.
Manipulator. So yeah, Abby sort of buys that, and I guess that's just her being a good friend, but it's also like covering up a murder. So like she's not.
It's kind of covering up a murder,
and she's totally okay with. I mean, it's interesting because it's like the literal what she's okay with, like stealing all of her parents' money and then tricking them into having a divorce. It seems to be, it's good for them, obviously, but she's sort of like, it's good for her parents as well because they're not in a happy marriage, and she's like, I don't know. It's hard to say that Abby's a bad person for going along with all that because there's like reasons why that they sort of those billionaires deserve what's coming to them as well.
The billionaires deserve it, and like if she thinks that like the cop murder was in self-defense, like that's totally reasonable. Yeah, Abby is like like Abby doesn't really know. So like I just think it's kind of no okay. You go on.
I think she leans towards being the innocent sort of person in this, what I assume is going to be a tragedy. I think Abby might be killed in this war, which will just fuel Z to do even more dangerous blow-up stuff.
Yeah. I just think it's a little weird, and I don't really know what to think about the fact that, like, I know that Hussey is, like, ACAB, kill cops, and like, loves clowns, and like the hero of this story is like that, and yet she's kind of being portrayed as like this dangerous, like a sort of mentally unhinged like manipulator at the same time.
That's what he loves, dude. He
so.
created Vriska, and he loves her more than any other character in Homestuck.
You know what? You make an excellent point.
It's interesting because it's not just like an idea that you can root for, like, oh yeah, like ACAB, like fuck the police, and there's like a character that's just doing that, and they're perfect in every other way. It's not an idea; it's a flawed human being, which makes it more difficult to root for them, even though you want to, and that's why characters like that, like people really latch onto. Like the fact that Vriska was such a horrible person, but so right so often, is like why she's so controversial, and why I enjoy like her in
so concept. Controversial and yet so brave.
And yet so brave. Literally brave.
Good point. Psycholonials is so good. I want more people to play it. There's like no tweets about it. There's like 6 pieces of Psycholonials fan art that you can find on floating around Twitter if you Google for it, or if you search for it. It's very much like
I hadn't looked
like an
into
underground thing,
but I would have assumed, it's the new Hussey thing. Like loads of people would be into it. Maybe they're all waiting for the story to be over, and they're just silently hype. I don't know.
I actually have like a half drawn picture of Z that I started doing, and then kind of never quite finish. I should finish it and just post it somewhere because I really like it. Her clown makeup is pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
It's pretty good. She's
purple
too.
For a minute there, I was thinking about making a clown Sona. Just a little bit.
Why not? Why the fuck not? I don't know. I'm not really that into wearing makeup and painting my face or anything, but I guess I could do it for a laugh.
And then repeatedly every day until you die. Because it would be really funny.
Clown gender based. Horse gender cringe.
Yeah, the horse gender aspect.
Horse gender is so like it's so dumb, and it's I don't know whether to think that Hussey is dumb for even including the idea, or are the characters dumb for
I
doing
think that
it.
it's
like
part of like the character, because it was Abby's idea, and then Z was like, no, it's perfect. Well, I suppose you have a point. I like the idea of it being stupider, so I'll make it stupider for you.
Abby just has like this stupid idea, and Z is like, yeah, she is like, okay, he's like, you're my friend, so okay, I'll make my ideas dumber just like because you would like it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the triangle of
that's
genders with the clown at the top, coming together. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. I don't know where I would put myself. I haven't really considered it. Because in a way, I don't care. I guess like it's weird because like non-binary, like being perfectly in the middle, non-binary, would I technically be like quite clown gendery in the sense that they don't necessarily ascribe to one or the other or care so much. But I guess they care about being in the middle. It's like how do you care?
Yeah.
How do you be a super non-binary horse gender? Like how do you be extremely both?
You're like you're extremely neither. You're like a militant rejector of all that is.
But I feel like that would be
deliberately
clown
masculine,
gender,
or
like a complete like. I guess the clown part is like it doesn't
clown
matter.
Gender.
Like,
if you're clown gender, you can. If you're clown gender, you can do masculine things, but it doesn't make you masculine. It doesn't mean anything because you're just a clown, right?
Yeah.
Where I mean, it sounds like horse non-binary would be, would be. I guess you could do like a very deliberate melding of masculine and feminine, or you could be a very militant rejection of all that is either.
a horse gendered non-binary person would be like half. They got a beard like half the side of their face, and like long hair on the other side. And like they wear half of a dress on one side, and then it's like completely split down the middle.
Sounds like a ContraPoints character.
Yes.
I was gonna say something else about the clown gender thing is like the Psycholonials version of like the shipping grids.
Yeah. Hussey loves stupid graphs that I do as well.
Yeah. Just take some concept that like clearly defies obviously defies like rigid categorization, and then like very sort of bluntly like place it in a graphic form, and then adhere to that graph religiously for comedy.
It's like inherently funny, the idea of plotting gender on a specific graph. And then clown also involved.
And clowns are also just inherently funny, so
there you go. The Pranksis, that was really good.
Pranksis is pretty good.
I think I understand it intuitively, but I couldn't like describe Pranksis to someone. Like it's doing stuff that's funny.
I think it's just. I mean, it's literally just being a socialist clown is what Pranksis is, and also you fuck with people in ways that are funny. I don't know. Pranksis is a funny name for a pretty common sense concept, I think. Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, Bitcoin fraud. Bitcoin fraud doesn't strike me as Pranksis, but that just kind of strikes me as just, theft, which is fine. But it's not particularly funny.
It's like Robin Hood.
I guess the way she's doing it by seducing Abby's mom is pretty funny. Like that I might consider
like
Pranksis.
Getting amateur porn and then photoshopping the face of the guy she thinks she's talking to onto the amateur porn and sending that to her as nudes is like that's the prank part of Pranksis. It wouldn't be funny if you just stole the money. You have to make it extremely embarrassing.
I like hearing Abby. I like Abby's disgust at like her dad, her Republican dad. I'm like every time Abby talks about that, I get like a little, I don't know. I know he's a fictional character, but imagining this piece of shit, like his daughter fucking like just duping him for being like a Republican fuck and just using that against him while like loathing him the entire time. I'm like, yes, it's fine that you fucked all your professors, Abby. You've redeemed yourself.
Yeah, it is a lot of it's like it's very cathartic because like obviously a militant clown uprising probably wouldn't be the best way to do socialism.
Says
You know, in the
you,
real world.
fucker.
but like seeing it like appear before you in this game, this visual novel, it's like, oh yeah, God, if only. Oh, I wish. You know,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah. Oh, I had one more thing I was gonna say about clowns, Bitcoin, Republicans. Fuck, it's gone. Okay.
What are you gonna say
I
about
don't know.
like how they switched to supporting Biden just because they needed
Oh, yeah,
him
that.
in their pockets or whatever?
I was just gonna say that I feel like when I read Psycholonials, like in the very first chapter, it talks about like the elections and stuff, and like when I read Psycholonials, I can feel that like Hussey was feeling angst about like the state of politics, American
Yeah.
politics, and I'm like even though that's not like a super it's not like a super important like story beat, like it comes through in the writing and the way he talks about like current events and the times, and I'm like, Hussey, I feel a connection with you through this work.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
If you remember, like Homestuck had the Obama stuff and the future, ridiculous future where Violent J, Shaggy Two Dope, and Guy Fieri were like took over the White House and like took a shit on the Constitution, and it's like that stuff is so like ridiculous, like wow, crazy. But then a few years later, Trump, and it was like, oh, it's kind
Wait
of
a
true.
minute.
It was
Was
a
the
little
shi-
bit of
Was
too. It would be like not even that satirical to make a joke like
was
that in Homestuck,
was
like
that was
today.
that pre-Trump? Was the twin clown president stuff pre-Trump or
Yeah, yeah,
post-Trump?
that was definitely
Okay.
pre-Trump. I
Lol.
don't know if Homestuck ended before uh, before Trump was in office, but I know that that part was already there because I caught up to it before
Wait,
2016.
wait. What if? Okay, just hear me out for a second. I got a great idea. We should go back and we should fix Homestuck. And the way we fix Homestuck is that you insert up. It's on the day that Trump was elected. You have a panel where John Egbert just looks directly into the camera and says, "So here's the thing. I fucking hate Trump. He embarrasses me every day. He makes us all look like backwards idiots, and frankly, the fact that he got elected means that we are all backwards idiots." You know what I'm referencing?
Quentin reviews.
Yeah, it's the Quentin. Just have John just deliver that word for word. It missed opportunities though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to finish it and see how I feel. I think I would like to maybe make like a video or something in which I discuss Psycholonials like after it's over.
Yeah.
And I've
We should
read the
just
whole thing.
we should do a PCP again and just ask Hussey to be on. And he'll be like, okay.
He's getting no love for Psycholonials, so maybe he'd fucking do it. Maybe he would. Probably
Yeah.
not. Probably
Yeah.
not.
No, you gotta stay optimistic.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. We should do some pranks on Hussey. We should invite him onto the PCP, and then
That's the best prank of all.
and then steal all his Bitcoin while he's not looking. I think that's how you do it. I wonder if Hussey has Bitcoin.
Probably has a little bit.
I mean,
Like,
it's not like he needs
who
any.
doesn't want to have a little bit of Bitcoin?
That's true. That's true. Everybody's got to have some. Because when the United States implodes and fiat currency is worthless, you better hope you have at least a little Bitcoin just to cover the necessities. It's the hardest form of money ever invented, don't you know?
Harder than diamond.
Harder than diamond. Oh no, it's under 60K. Oh wait, it's back over 60K. Okay, it's fine. Phew, 60026. Phew, it was down to 599. 0.85 or something before a minute there.
Incredible.
Ooh, it's wobbling.
No,
It's
no.
wobbling around the 60. It's wobbling though. Oh, 60, 41.
Why do you watch something that updates so much?
I literally watch the like minute to minute, like by the second update. 39.
The app I have only updates by the hour, and even then it's not accurate, so I usually have to wait anyway.
I mean, I use Kitco. I use kitco.com/Bitcoin price charts USD, and it updates.
Don't go there. Don't go there,
every
everybody.
Few seconds.
The link not in the description.
Okay, all right. But I just gotta know, and like, if it's updating once an hour, like hell, 40 minutes ago, the market could have crashed and it could have lost 40% of its value, and I would never know. I'd have to be a sap. I'd have to be a sap not to watch one that updates every minute.
This was the problem the first time.
No, it's not that. I don't look at it like all the time. For a while, I was looking at it all the time. This time, I'll check it like once a day, like twice a day, maybe. I don't actually like watch it going up and
maybe
down.
4 times, 5 times, 6,
I mean,
8, 9, 20.
I mean, on the PCP, I'll keep it open continually. Oh, 23, 6K. Oh, down to 22. Oh, are we going up or down from here? It just had a killer minute. The last minute, it rose from 59915 to 60038. That was all in the space of 1 minute. Hovering at 60022, 60023. We're up $1. We're up $1. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm closing it. I'm closing the app. I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. What else? What else? Oh, now is the time. Eleazar, link in the description here for put a link to where you can skip the Psycholonial spoilers, because I genuinely, if people want to not be spoiled on Psycholonials, I don't want to spoil it for them, because I think a lot of people should. People should be encouraged to read it themselves.
Yeah. In fact, put this audio before we talk about spoilers. Go play Psycholonials. It's very, very good. It's a visual novel, hussy written, extremely good character development. You will not want to be spoiled for it. And here's Tom Oliver.
I'm here for my dollar. I'm here for the dollar I earn.
Here's Tom Oliver, just in time for us to stop talking about Psycholonials.
Oh, good. The game I've never... Is it a game? Is it a show? I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it.
It is a visual novel, so it's technically a game.
Oh, all right. Well,
by the most generous definition, it is a game.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Sick. Keep playing that game.
What's up? Okay, we will. Next update comes out on was it like next Wednesday, or there might be an off week? No, there's an off week. Next update comes out on the 24th, so
plenty of time for people to play it.
True.
Maybe I'll listen back to this episode and see if you can convince me to try it.
Probably if you don't care about spoilers, you can listen to what we said, because it's good.
All right.
Hey Tom, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm just vibing, hanging out.
Yeah.
I was just on another podcast that was supposed to start at noon, and it didn't start till 2. And I was like, well, I can't be on 2 podcasts at the same time.
Or can I? You started a Mrs. Doubtfire, sort of like 2 Discord accounts open in 2 different windows. You just flipping your microphone back and forth from one to the other. 2 pairs of headphones, 1 in each ear.
Yeah,
imagine the antics.
Laptop open on one with a microphone attached there. Desktop the other one, just kind of going back and forth. I wasn't thinking.
They should remake Mrs. Doubtfire, but it's about being in Discord calls in 2020 in the pandemic.
I got a Zoom thing with like family, and I got a Discord call and a Skype call.
And it's about being trans. It's about being a boy motor, and like you got one call with your family because like, oh, my family's having their Zoom call because we haven't seen each other, and the other one it's like, oh, my cool Zoomer friends, like, oh, they think I'm a girl, but my family still thinks I'm a boy. That's Mrs. Doubtfire for the modern age.
That's true.
Send me a check, Hollywood.
That'd be pretty powerful. Go on and sell that idea so Hollywood can fuck it up and make it really insulting.
I don't care as long as I get paid.
As long as you get paid. Pay him in Bitcoin.
Please. It's going to the moon. As
Have we
we've
talked
been-
about
Wait,
NFTs yet? I can't remember. Have we talked about NFTs on the podcast?
Oh, we talked about them
Uh,
that one time,
feel
but we
like we
didn't know
did-
what we were saying because we had just heard about
No,
it.
it's under 60. It's under 60K. Oh god,
Ben,
my
you
life
said
is
you
over.
closed it. You
I
closed it.
lied. I lied to your fucking face, and I do it again.
Did Bitcoin hit 60 earlier today?
Yesterday, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't even. I haven't been
It
looking.
almost hit 62, but it dipped a little bit since then.
I was getting excited about Bitcoin going up, and then I realized I have so little invested in Bitcoin, it would have to hit like 120,000 for it to do any significant amount of gains for me.
Well, the
so I don't
solution
care.
the solution is to buy more Bitcoin. In fact, that's
Well, what
the
I've
solution
been-
to every problem in life.
My plan right now is every time Nate sends me a PCP payment, I just immediately I'm going to put it into Bitcoin.
Are you actually?
That's what I did last month.
I don't know.
That's why I have
don't
Bitcoin.
know. I'm holding for now, but I think a crash is coming. I really do.
I mean, it
That's
has
what
to
Brian
eventually.
told me. It has to
Oh,
eventually.
Brian's smarter than both of us combined, so I trust him with my
Absolutely,
life.
Well,
by far.
I mean, this is the first time it's been so high. Like, we haven't seen it crash from so high, so like it will never.
I don't think
do
it'll
that.
It's
crash.
it's
it
too
won't
big to
crash
fail. It's
all
too
the
big
way
to
back
fail
down,
now.
but it could drop 20K easily. I mean, it did.
Oh, yeah.
It's crashed like that percentage before.
Yeah.
That's
no,
when.
I mean,
that's when you
I
capitalize.
No, I think that like eventually it will crash back all the way down to like 20K or maybe even lower at some point. Like
I
don't think it's-
thinking about Ethereum though, because Ethereum is what's powering all this NFT stuff, and I feel like that's
Is
set to
it?
explode once NFTs really start taking off.
I
As
don't
much as
think
I hate
are gonna
NFTs,
take off. I
No,
don't
I
think
think they
NFTs
are.
are going to take off.
No,
I think
they
they're
totally
I
will.
think they're a stupid meme and everyone hates them.
they're a meme in their current form, but I guarantee you that like the entire like Zoomer culture is primed to be like bragging rights, digital ownership. Like it's gonna be big. It's gonna be.
I don't think that's true. I don't agree.
I think it is.
It's
I
like
think
it's like patent nonsense. Like what? Like an NFT is like so manifestly like a worthless thing.
But
I
like
think it's too
we
transparent.
spend money on worthless things all the time. Like like you can buy a baseball with a signature on it. It's worth like $10 trillion. Like that weird illogical sense of like
Yes,
connection to
yes.
something is
Yes,
there
but-
in human psychology.
But that's not. But like an NFT is something that like anyone can just make like out of the ether, can just generate it. Like there's
Most people
the
aren't going to
supply
be
and
able
demand
to.
the supply and demand curve is just okay. All it needs is a few people who know how to make NFTs, and suddenly everything in the world can be NFT'd, and that like fucks up the supply demand curve. I don't know.
well,
I just don't
that's
see it
because-
staying
I don't
like
think
a
that's
Because
how it
like
works.
it's not just making an NFT. It's about tracking where it comes from, right? Like if some random person like tried to mint an NFT of like a famous YouTuber's like content or something, that wouldn't be worth anything. But if the YouTuber themselves minted the NFT, it's the connection between like this is an NFT made by this person. It's attached permanently on the blockchain to their initial source of ownership. And just like signing a baseball is like attached to a famous player, once a celebrity like attaches it to that, it's just a digital version of that same
Right.
sort of collector mentality.
But
it's gonna
I guess
stick.
that makes sense.
I'm wondering though about how you can like how visible and obvious that would be. Like if
As far as I understand, it was like there's like the ledger lets you know where it's been, where it's come from. Like it keeps
Right.
track of sales, so you can see where it originated.
I'm just thinking of like smaller creators, not super celebrities, and then like people who like make accounts that have similar characters in them, but like instead of an eye, it's like an eye with a slanted thing at the top, and they could just pretend. Like I know it like for the largest, like huge things, like I don't know, Johnny Depp took a picture of himself taking a shit, and that's like a thing. And then that's like, it's a Johnny Depp original from his phone. Like this is the one. Like people would pay attention, I guess, pay attention to like something
Sure.
that is big celebrity. But like, there was a lot of people talking about how it's the future of like just art in general. Just anyone who wants their art to be like
I don't
like,
think I think it's going to be
secure.
just like anything else, where like most people won't get anywhere with it, but there's going to be a few people. It's just going to be another way for like you to leverage the clout you already have. You know, it's not like any random schmuck is going to be able to mint an NFT of like their DeviantArt account and make billions of dollars. Like you already have to have some social currency in order to make your NFT valuable. But I think if you already have a brand, an NFT is just going to make it more valuable. Because I think one of the most interesting things about NFTs is that the smart contract attached to them gives you residuals. So like, let's say
What
Ben,
the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, Ben, let's say you mint an NFT representing like the first issue of the Vapors, right? It's like this represents the first issue of the Vapors that I made, and you can buy this NFT and it represents it, right? And you put it up there and people can buy it. But part of the contract, like part of the thing of the NFT is like you can set a percentage. So every time it's resold, you get X% of that sale. So let's say someone buys that NFT off you for like $100. Let's say the Vapors blows up and gets fucking huge, like when like like issue 5 or 6 or whatever comes out, like it does gangbusters for whatever reason. The NFT's value goes up and someone's like, I want to sell this NFT now that it's worth money. I'm going to sell it for $60,000. In that contract, you get $6,000 from that sale. And then if someone sells it again for $100,000, you get $10,000. And in perpetuity, every time that NFT gets resold on the market, you get a kickback, which is better than a collectible, because a normal collectible, all the money goes to whoever acquired it. And that's an interesting idea.
That is an interesting idea. I mean, is it like in the form of like some Ethereum that just like appears in your wallet or whatever?
I believe it's all done through Ethereum right now. And then you can obviously exchange that for real currency. But the idea that like you can have a digital equivalent of like a collectible, and then you in perpetuity you can keep making money off of its reselling, I think is a really interesting idea, even on a small scale, right? Like let's say when you release the Vapors 5, you mint like 15 NFTs. Like the first 15 people who buy this, they get an NFT attached to it. You know, you get the digital file and you also get an NFT. And then if somebody else in your audience wants to buy it for like $20, you get $2. You know, like that's kind of cool. The biggest problem with NFTs is the environmental impact, which I think is definitely a problem.
Right. I looked into
Ethereum is saying they're changing the way that mining Ethereum works. It's not going to be done based on mining starting next year, which could severely reduce the energy problem, which could be interesting. I don't know.
I just think that there's something about like an NFT is just not as attractive as like, I mean, the obvious parallel here is like the fine art world where some like rich idiot pays like $50,000 for some painting, but at least that's like a thing that you can understand what it is and see and look at. An NFT is like, most people just don't know what it is, and it isn't really anything. It's literally just like a handshake of like, okay, we both know that you own something now.
But the same reason, I agree, and I totally think you're right. I think the problem is that I feel
like that's a problem for adoption. I feel like it just doesn't have that as much social value attached to it because people don't understand.
I just think there are people out there, because people have bought NFTs for $70 million. This is a thing that's already happening. But like, I think there's just people out there who are like, the reason they would buy a fine piece of art is for the clout, like for the bragging rights. And an NFT gives you the exact same thing. Like, even though you're not getting a tangible item, it's still the underlying reason is the same.
The thing you're bragging about is not something that as many people can appreciate what you're telling them it is that you own.
I think people our age will think it's stupid. I think younger kids who've grown up with an iPhone in their hand and everything has been digital and like microtransactions and like buying digital goods is a part of their psychology are going to be way more into it. And I think that's why it's going to be viable going forward.
I don't know about that because I think that growing up more exposed to the internet might just make you more like likely to be like, so it's just like some random data like that you both agreed like represents a thing. Like obviously that's worthless. I feel like the younger people might be even less likely to take it seriously.
If I think of like the parallels to reality, like if there's you got a big old mansion, you're like, I want to show off my art clouts, like my taste. I'm gonna buy some big old paintings and put them in here, and people will come around for dinner parties, like, and they'll look at them, and I'll say, haha, I'm rich and I bought this and I have great taste and this is the clout. You're impressed, aren't you?
Right.
Like the equivalent of that in the digital space. I don't know where you would show off that you have it in a way
you would
that
just
is
have to make a platform for. It's the same way that like back in the day, like you would like customize your MySpace page and like put all a bunch of like memes and images and songs on there, because that was like you would acquire things and put them on this space to represent who you are and to show to the world who you are. And NFTs are going to be the exact same thing.
I mean,
because like they're going to be platforms,
example,
like there already are platforms you can show what's in your wallet, what you own, and it's just a way of like, I guess, flexing. I don't know. I don't personally think it matters. I think it's dumb. I think society's going to like it.
Sure. I'm just trying to think of like, if it's a flex, and you obviously, if you want people to see, it needs to be in a place where people can see it. If it's a new social media that is just for flexing, nobody's going to go over there to look. It'll need to be on like current social media or whatever, integrated. Like you go to someone's Twitter,
or it could be built. It really depends.
Like if
I think
Elon
we're still a
Musk,
few years out from it becoming mainstream. If it ever picks up that kind of steam, it's not going to happen tomorrow.
I think, like, say for example, Elon Musk buys like the founder of Twitter's first tweet or something.
Oh
God!
Like
what? Like
that sentence you just said just made me want to throw up.
I know
it's already going for $2.5 million. So.
It's fucking stupid. But say that he wants to show off that he did that. He could pin a tweet saying he did. He could put it in his description, or what? Like, I guess
it's all very volatile right now. If they become big, they'll be integrated into platforms, and new platforms will spring up to facilitate the system. I mean,
sure. I don't know. I just feel like ultimately where the people are is like where this is the most useful. And if there's no, I think the thing is like, people don't really, at the moment, because it's hype, they don't really care about the art itself. They buy these things under the assumption
it's all an
they will
investment,
appreciate
and
in
that's the big
value, and then they
problem.
can sell them on. And if that's the case, I
think
see
the market
how it's
that's
going
there
to, like,
right.
it's going to stick around at all.
Yeah, the market that's there right now, I think, is going to crash eventually. It's just not. It's too big, and like people are just riding high, and it's going to be just like the internet. You know, like the early '90s web boom, like it popped, and like the same thing's going to happen with NFTs.
How exactly do you display that you own an NFT?
I don't
know.
I think there's some websites like OpenSea and Rarible where you have your wallet, and if you go to your profile, it'll show all the NFTs you own. And on the ledger, like on the record of the NFT, it shows who the current owner is. So like if you go and look up like a Beeple NFT, it'll show whoever owns it right now.
I mean, it's. I suppose it's not that different in theory from like buying adoptables, right? Like, it's just
people are so fucking stupid. Like my little sister was showing me a video yesterday about a YouTuber who spent 4 months trying to get #1 on the leaderboards for the world's fastest pencil sharpener. Like unassisted, like toolless pencil sharpening.
I saw
tool assisted.
And it's just like, and I'm just thinking,
this strat is TAS only for sharpening pencils.
Well, that's the whole thing. There was a separate, there was a leaderboard. There's a leaderboard for drills and no drills on this. And I'm just thinking, like, if people are stupid enough to chase that, why wouldn't NFTs make sense?
You laugh, but that's as valid. That's as valid as any other field of human endeavor. It's about attaining excellence. You know, excellence for its own sake. You're just a hater.
You know, maybe I am.
I saw a video about a guy on his like journey to the top of the leaderboard, like it was such a small thing, and then he made his video, and then it became a big thing, and now everyone's doing it.
Was that the iCarly one? Salty K Dan?
I have no idea.
I saw that.
I just saw
but that's like my whole point. Like people, they're doing this just because, like, A, for the meme, and B, because like I can be #1 on this. It's like chasing that kind of like pseudo glory, I guess.
But this,
and I feel like NFTs tap into that same kind of part of your brain where it's just like, I want to own the thing for the clout.
It's too much of this. It's like too similar because it's like also an environmental drain because all of those pencils get destroyed and used, and to get all those trees, there's no trees left.
Well, yeah, like that's the big problem with NFTs right now is that the whole market is so unsustainable and so like environmentally unfriendly because it uses so much energy. And that's a problem that's going to have to be addressed. Like, to be clear, I'm not like endorsing NFTs.
No. It's good.
I'm saying
it's good that you know.
I believe they're going to happen.
They're going to succeed.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like everything else that's bad about the
fair.
internet has happened, despite me not liking any of it.
I don't know. I understand. They just seem so like backwards and like counterintuitive.
It kind of like takes us a huge step backwards in terms of like what the internet enabled, which was like, you know, access abundance. You know, we've kind of artificially introduced scarcity again, which can be beneficial in some ways, like being able to like make residuals off of like tokens from your art and stuff. That's kind of cool. Like I do kind of like that idea, but it's going to enable so much worse things than just that.
A better idea is just getting rid of the need to make money. That's probably a better idea.
That's never going to happen.
I saw people were saying, okay, Sean on Twitter made a tweet that said, like, we can't solve climate change under capitalism. And he was roundly attacked from so-called leftists who claimed that he was being a doomer and saying that there was no hope for to fix climate change then. When, like, obviously the implication there is we have to, like, remove capitalism. We need to become socialist. That's how you solve climate change. But a lot of people, I don't know, there was one guy, his bio said he was a socialist. This is like a streamer or something. This is a socialist guy who's like, you're just making people want to give up, you know, saying you can't solve climate change under capitalism. That's just so doomer. Like this is just accelerationism. And like,
I don't know.
What the? I don't know. This made me so
some
mad.
people
Like,
who just
you
want
fucking idiot. Like,
good feels all the time.
don't you not like capitalism? What's wrong with you?
Maybe they just. I think they're like projecting. They are the doomers because they think that capitalism is like so difficult to get rid of that it's not even worth trying.
They're the doomers because they're the doomers because they're the ones that's like, we'll never abolish capitalism, or at least not within our lifetimes. And I mean, maybe they're right about that, but like, I don't know. I believe that we probably can't fix climate change under capitalism. We will have to move to socialism. But that, okay, if you believe that, then it's not doomer to just acknowledge that. Because then the hopeful thing to do would then, even if we can't achieve it in our lifetimes, to try to move towards it in whatever ways we can, because that's what leads to long-term improving the situation. It's not doomer just to acknowledge that if you think it's true.
Yeah,
I really hated the attitude that a lot of people had about calling it like, it's like you don't even understand what words mean. A doomer would be like a whatever, you get it, you understand.
Yeah, it's just like the it's what Sean's saying. I haven't seen the tweet itself, but like based on what you said,
I think I like said it verbatim.
Like there's not like mutually exclusive. Like you can understand that capitalism needs to go before climate change is completely possible, and you can combat climate change under capitalism as well. You can do both of those things. Like I don't think what Sean's saying is implying that you should try not to do anything under capitalism.
No,
you can both try to get rid of capitalism and then also climate change.
He totally was not saying that, and yet tons of people read that into it and criticized it as though that was what he said. Very, very frustrating. I hate Twitter.
The left has always been very bad with language in general, so it doesn't.
That's true.
Surprise me.
True.
Shitter.
Sad but true. More like shitter. More like shitter. Oh, I want to mention about the Noida stream that I did on Wednesday. I have some things. One, it was really fun to play Noida and tell everyone about the game. Two, I don't understand why it had all these problems. The game like lagged in ways that it never lags before. I like closed all my other applications. I was like cutting off like CPU usage. I couldn't get it to run at its normal speed. I don't know why. It was very infuriating. I beat it. I beat the game on stream. It was very it was very satisfying. And then a guy who was in chat, I guess he was just so chuffed that I beat Noida. He bought me a fridge.
What
the fuck?
A fridge?
this Chalupa-kun is his name on Discord. He was like, "Yo, congrats on beating Noida. Let me buy you a mini fridge," and he did. And I have it. I have it here right now. It's an $80 mini fridge.
What a madman!
It's sitting. That's literally what I said. I said, "Absolute madman." It's a 1.7 foot cubic. It's a Galans. It arrived from Amazon. It is currently holding many bottles of flavored seltzer water. So I just want to say that this is just what happens when you're a pro MLG gamer like me. You make dividends. You make dividends. You reap the rewards of pro gaming.
Energy drinks in there. Your gamer fuel.
I'm all out of Summit Gridlock. In fact, I'm out of almost every source of caffeine. I've had to brew coffee. Ugh. Yeah, I've had to do it like the cavemen used to do.
Yeah, I had
brewing coffee in my
today.
electric.
Ugh.
I hadn't been drinking. I had moved entirely to Gridlock and pills.
Oh my god.
I'm out of
There's no joy if you have caffeine pills. That's like half the fun. Half the fun is like getting caffeine and enjoying the process.
Not,
it's the most efficient.
You say it like that.
It's the most efficient, but I don't know. I enjoy having a nice beverage. I think I'm going to try moving back to Gridlock. I just got a bunch of Red Thunder, and it's just not nearly as good as Red Bull. I'm just like, it just tastes terrible. Maybe I'll try Gridlock again.
I don't understand how a person ever stops drinking Gridlock once they start. It's simply the last time I had champions.
Last time I had Gridlock, I just remember it being like, this is like Monster but worse, and I don't even like Monster that much. But it's so cheap, I have to give it another shot.
It is like Monster. It is maybe slightly worse than Monster, but not not much worse. And I like Monsters, so to me, it's like still good. So,
right. I mean,
that's just me.
Sense.
That's just me. Woo. Nice, very nice. Too many seltzer waters.
Oh, Tom, Project Blue.
Yeah, the Windows version of Astropad. Did you like my stutter there?
That was a good one.
I don't know.
That was like skipping a stone. Project Blue is like I got my iPad on the assumption that eventually this thing would come out called Astropad.
It took way longer than I told you it would.
Yep. But it's fine. It's whatever. But my tablet that I've been using for my computer for a while, like my Bamboo, is broken, and I just wanted a way to like draw on my computer, my PC. And this thing
can draw
apparently
on a computer.
I know, it's weird.
You get a crayon, you shove it in there, and you draw.
Oh, very nice.
And now I can get my iPad, my Apple product, and compatible with Windows. And I've been drawing a little bit. Doesn't really seem to work with pen pressure on Photoshop. I don't know why. Maybe it's an older version of Photoshop and he doesn't recognize it or something.
Yeah,
but it works on some other
Windows
things.
Ink thing.
I looked into Windows Ink, but I couldn't figure it out. It's just
what version
stupid.
of Photoshop do you have right now?
Let me check. How do I check? I'm hovering over the icon.
Photoshop CS6, CS5, CC. I don't think they added Windows Ink support to like CC, like the older ones. Like the old ones don't even have high DPI support. That's like the problem. That's why I don't use Photoshop anymore. I abandoned that motherfucker.
CC 2018 is what I have.
It should have Windows Ink support then. That's pretty new. That's new-ish.
Well, I don't know. Whatever. I'll try and figure it out.
Just yell at them on Twitter until they respond to you.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. I just like that finally my iPad can be used for the thing I bought it for. Even though it's been great for drawing, like with Procreate. This whole time I've been drawing. The only annoying thing with drawing on an iPad is having to transfer my files, because I haven't found a really smooth, simple way to do it. I've just been like sending them to myself through Discord and then opening them in Discord on my PC and then using them there.
The file manager on iOS still is not great. They'll never fix it because they're They're like, you just need to pay for iCloud Drive storage. That's what we want you to do. I'm just like, no, I refuse.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. So what's Project Blue?
It's the thing where I kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're dead. Sorry. Gonna have to listen back to the podcast.
Okay, I would never listen to this hog swallop, this corn swash.
It's a public beta of a company called Astropad. They started by making an application that let you hook your iPad up to your Mac and use it as a Wacom, like a Wacom Centene, essentially. And they finally released their public beta of using it with Windows because Apple, 2 years ago, they added that feature natively to Mac OS, basically stole their idea, bundled it in there, and fucked them over. There's actually a term in the Apple community. It's called getting Sherlocked, because they made a feature called Sherlock that copied something back in the day. But yeah, they do that all the time. They'll pilfer the best ideas from their community and then copy them and fuck their developers out of money. So once that happened to them, they're like, well, I guess we got to go port it to Windows now so we can keep making money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, sounds good.
So,
sounds
yeah.
good.
Ben, you've not
Should I invest in it? Should I sell my Bitcoin and invest in Project Blue?
You should give me your Bitcoin so I can invest for you.
Okay, thank you. I expect returns, and they at an undetermined point somewhere in the future.
On my grave, you can have it back.
Okay, thanks. Base.
Sick.
But yeah, the Apple Pencil version 1, at least, I've really enjoyed using that. That's a great little stylus. It's got like
surprisingly good.
Sort of little rubberized tip with the screen. It feels so much like an actual pencil on paper.
I was super like there's no way this is gonna work. It doesn't have a cursor. It doesn't have like float support like a Wacom thing does. You can't see where the cursor is, and then it's like, oh no, it's just so good. It just works like a regular pencil. Like,
it just feels like a real pencil, so it's so much easier to transition from physical to iPad. I like it. I think it's good.
It's pretty good.
Well, la-dee-da.
Yeah, well, I just thought about it, okay? You don't have to kill me.
Well,
please don't kill me.
I do have to do that. I'm sorry.
Some of us try out Project Blue. Some of us get a free mini fridge. You know, lives take different paths.
You can't do both.
Got something. Okay, fair. Well, my replacement Cintiq, since my last one broke recently, is doing great. Thanks for asking. Hell yeah. It's black.
Where'd you get a replacement from? Did you buy it?
I think I just bought it on eBay. I think I bought one on eBay.
How much? It's a Cintiq.
Well, I mean, Cintiqs are old now. This is I think it cost me like 200 and change.
Okay.
Like not that much. I had to get a new pen though because I had an. Okay, the story is my old Cintiq was a hang on, let me look at the back of the monitor. It was a. I might be switching these around. I think the old one was a DTK. And then they had basically made an updated version of the DTK that was identical, except it had like a slightly different button layout and a slightly higher like pixel resolution. And that was the DTZ. I might be switching them, but whatever. So the DTZ was basically identical, slightly better. The old one that I had, somebody gave me as a gift. And that was a DTK, and those ones were like over a decade old. This new version, they redid it, the DTZ, like a few years later. So this one is like slightly less old, but the DTK eventually just the screen stopped displaying. Like it would still like know that I was drawing on it, and it would take input, but the screen just was dead and wouldn't show anything. So it was like too old. I don't know. So I got this one, which is basically the same model except like a slightly newer iteration of it. And yeah, I mean, these are old machines. They don't they were like thousands of dollars when they were new, but now they're just like a couple hundred. This one came, but it came with even though it's like a newer model, it needed like a different thing, even though it's like the same item as the previous one. I needed to get a different stylus. Which is irritating because the first time I had the original one I had bought a newer stylus and tried to use it, and they were like, no, this model doesn't work with the new stylus. You have to use the old stylus. So I got that, and then I get this one, And I realize I've lost the other stylus that I originally bought that didn't work with the other model would have worked with this one, but I lost it. I don't know where it is, so I just have to buy another one. But a stylus is like $70, or not even that, maybe like 50. So like it wasn't that big a deal. Just annoying. But I mean that's all in the past. It works perfectly now. Perfect. And it's better. It has more buttons than the old one too, which is nice. And also the old one was like dim, and like the colors were a little bit like tinted red and kind of dim, and they didn't look the same as my normal monitor. The new one looks much closer in its color display to my regular monitor. So I think it's a good upgrade from something that's like 12 years old to like 8. Thumbs up. And that's my story. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know if you guys got anything else to talk about, but if you don't, we could move on to voicemails.
I guess the only other thing is I've been playing Minesweeper a lot. Getting into that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I guess I gotta practice.
I've been practicing. I've been getting so good. I can find the mines.
Damn.
Find those mines and sweep them.
I can sweep those mines.
Against the average idiot, I would feel pretty confident that I could win Minesweeper, but if you like actually you play Picross and you're practicing Minesweeper, so I'm at a disadvantage. I'm gonna have to study up.
Yeah, you're gonna shit yourself.
I'm gonna have to study advanced Minesweeper theory. But I mean, dude, I'm a pro Minecraft player, so like the skills are probably transferable in some way.
Dude, what if there was like Minesweeper, but
Craft.
in Minecraft?
Yeah, like there's mines in some blocks, and you have and like they tell you the number, and you have to like.
Yeah. That would be funny.
Somebody should have made that mod.
There's TNT in the game, so.
Mine's.
You'd have to have like
Google Minesweeper craft.
You'd have to like get a code that like plants bunches of TNT all over the world generation in every biome.
Oh, here we go. I think there is Minesweeper version 2 in Minecraft. This is a video posted on September 8th, 2011. Let me get it here. Here we go. It's real.
September 2011.
It's so old.
You can't. There's not even hunger. You can't even run.
Wait a minute though. Okay, I think this is I think it's a 2D game just being played in Minecraft. Like the Minesweeper game. It would be cooler if it were 3D. You know what I mean? Like if the mines were not just on a 2D plane. Oh God, when's he gonna hit a mine?
It's gonna put.
Dude, this is such a great podcast. Us reacting to a video that nobody can see.
It's really uninteresting a video. I thought. Is he just digging it himself? No, don't play the video.
It's not even worth it. It's just like
I'm waiting for him to hit a mine.
Minecraft.
Show me the mine.
It's not even a mod. He's just like placed blocks and put dirt on top of it, and he's just digging them. He knows where everything is. He put it there. This guy's a fucking liar.
Is this just a single Minesweeper map?
Yeah, I think it is. Okay, that's lame. This needs to be
so lame. Oh, he did it. Yeah, he's going. He's dying. Oh, it doesn't even kill him though. Well, no, it's not good unless it like generates a random map. That's the only way that it's okay. Disappointing.
Wasn't there a Minesweeper in RFCK?
Yeah, you would have to play like a version of Minesweeper when you were mining to get slime for a while. I think they took it out because it was like really annoying or something.
I could imagine like text-based like click on this square, put flag on this square. Like it'd be so slow.
I never like saw the game. I never saw like what that looked like. I think it's like it's a weird thing that I know existed in the past, but I don't know what it looked like, and I think I want to leave it that way. Just like leave the mystery. But yeah, there was Minesweeper and Endless War for a little bit. Voicemails?
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're gonna do the bonus episode. We should record the Minesweeper bonus challenge this week. Yeah, I could. I think I'm gonna lose, but it's okay. I won at poker. Anyone who subscribed to the Patreon knows about the time that I beat you and Nate at poker, and I took all your money, and it was really funny.
Yeah, we didn't take all my money. You took like most of it, though.
Didn't I like clean up? Didn't I end up with like the entire pot?
I think the idea was like if you lose, you don't lose like 100% of your earnings for that episode.
Yeah, it was some like
funny because I knew I was not gonna win, so I didn't want all of it to be gone.
It was very, very good though, very funny. Yeah, we can do that this week. I would be willing to do more Noida streams. I just wish they weren't so plagued with like technical bullshit. Like too much of that stream was me just like trying to figure out like why the CPU was chugging so much.
You just need a better computer.
No, it can't be true.
It's always the answer. What's your computer specs?
Always be the answer.
How old's your computer? What are you running? What's that hardcore Ben rig?
It's not that old. This is the computer that I bought from the GoFundMe that I did when I was living at Trixie's house in like 2017 or 2018. So it's only like 3 or 4 years old. Like it's not an old computer.
It shouldn't be terrible, I guess.
The definition of old changes with time. I guess
false.
Is that really like 2017? It feels like so much longer ago.
How high end was it at the time? That's the question.
It was decently high end. I think I spent more than like $1,000 on all the parts and stuff. Like it had like a graphics card that was like very new at the time.
I mean, you can't even buy a new computer right now anyways. Everything's so fucking expensive because it's all out of stock.
Yeah. That's true, so
you're kind of fucked.
Nothing to be done. Yeah.
The graphics card that I bought 2 years ago for $180 used right now is going used for $550.
My god. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a whole thing when I got this computer that was like the GoFundMe paid for. Somebody told me somebody gave me like specs of like what motherboard to get and what graphics card to get and all these other parts, and I was like, okay, and I got them, but someone was like, hey, you can get this different motherboard for like $50 less, and I was like, I want to save $50, and I got it, and that motherboard ended up being a complete nightmare, and it made the computer like unusable for like 6 months while I was like taking it to repair shops and like sending the parts back and waiting for replacements. That was like the worst 50. I think I ended up just not even getting it. I think I ended up buying the more expensive one in the end. That was like so annoying. That was the worst.
You don't really want to cheap out on
like
any
it should have
component.
worked. Like on paper it looked like it was perfectly good, but just for some reason
there's like different tiers of motherboards. They have different chipsets, and you never want to get the lowest end chipset. That's designed for like potatoes. If you want to do anything more advanced through your computer, you want to get at least a mid-range motherboard that has like decent capacitors and shit, so it won't die on you instantly.
Tragic.
It really is.
Just tragic. Okay. Voicemails. I think it's time.
All right.
We got them. We ready?
Okay. Hold on. Let me get to fucking speak pipe. Man, I should have skipped this back half of the podcast, not the first half.
You're all floundering. You're all floundering here, and I am offering a way out. I'm offering an escape from this, and you're all treating me like I'm. If you don't want to go to voicemails, then just don't flounder.
Guns blazing with a great topic. All right, it was high energy. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, it was a good. No, it was a good topic. Hey, it was a good topic. It was a good topic, but it's over. Its time has passed. Yeah. You gotta live in the present.
I know. The present is voicemail. How unfortunate for us all.
It's true. It's sad but true. The first one looks this week is called Roger Roger. Are we ready?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Roger Roger. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, in the last episode you were talking about maybe getting a 12th member. How about Merlogic, the Wonder Bread guy? I mean, he's kind of a weirdo, but he's kind of
Love
a fun
it.
weirdo. He's got a good sense of energy to him. I think it'd be a good fit. I mean, if he wants
good
to,
head
of
on his
course, and
shoulders,
if you
that
want
guy.
to, but I think it'd be a good thing. Anyway, call me back.
Call me back.
Never.
That wasn't
never.
a Star Wars
This-
Episode 1 Battle Droid reference. I'm very upset.
No, like what's up with the name? I don't know. Merlogic
Roger,
is
Roger.
my best friend, and we go out for salads twice a week. Next one is called Ben's Weekly Reminder to Catch Up on One Piece. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fun fact, Alec Robbins, aka Mr. Boop, is caught up on One
Yep.
Piece. How about that? What's your excuse, Ben?
Wow. Damn. Okay. That is embarrassing. I can't. I want to be like Alec. Okay. There's just more reason than ever to catch up, I guess. Next one is called Intro. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, look, I'm supposed to be working right now. Yeah, I'm supposed to be working right now. Nah, I ain't working shit. I'm doing nothing. Damn, my dick I'm jerking and myself I'm sucking. Ho, I am an asshole. Damn, you are stupid. Damn, I got a deadline but don't want to do it.
I mean, pretty good. Not a lot of production on that.
Needed musical accompaniment to really sell it.
Needed musical accompaniment. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
You're like
even just a
halfway
little
there.
clap, like clap it along. Click
Maybe
any
just
fingers.
clap those cheeks along with it, if you know what I'm saying.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, send me some twerking videos.
Don't say that.
Who was it Onision who like asked people for twerking videos?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
believe it was.
Pyrocynical?
I think it was
Okay.
Elysian. I don't know.
No, Onision was the one who like had the like underage roommate that like him and his wife or husband were having sex with.
Well,
Who was the one who was
I
asking
didn't
for
need to know about that. Now I do, though.
Who was the one who was asking for twerking videos? Ah,
It doesn't matter.
It was-
Bad people.
I saw the video about it. It wasn't. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Next one is called Greg. 3, 2, 1, go.
The lesson in all of this is to never trust a woman to deliver a men's lecture.
Lol. True. Sad but true. That's just biological. That's just genes. You know? Am I right? Am I right, guys? Can I get a high five? Can I get a high five here?
Sure. Under duress, but okay.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
awkward
I
high five
must-
where you're just like,
I must mention that I've been delivered a burger and I am eating it.
what the fuck?
Disgusting.
How did you do that?
How could it be? Last night I was really craving chicken. I caved and I bought some buffalo chicken and I ate it. I went a little over my calorie restrictions just because I really wanted
Oof.
that sweet wings over.
I almost
what?
had bad food yesterday, but I resisted. I went to D&D. It was really fun. I threw a fireball at 7 cultists, and they all died at the same time. It felt great.
That's pretty good. Nice
It was
aim.
dope.
Nice
It was-
aim.
It was good. It was a good hit.
Next-
Rolled high. Good damage. 33 points of fire
Uh-huh.
damage on 1 fireball.
Oh wow. They must not have made their reflex saves.
Only 1 did, but then I immediately killed him next round. It was great. It was a good time.
Okay, excellent. I'm glad. Next one is called I recorded this in my car and people near me heard it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, you with the small baby piss brain. I don't give a fuck about Minesweeper. No, it just seems cool, but fuck that. Time for some real shit. I'm talking Risk of Rain 2, you sexy little minx. I could bet your ass you'll be feeling like Pete Buttigieg and I'm proud for mommy's milkies like an absolute fiend. Pump that crocodile right into the base of my cock. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Pumping Iron because every time I play Risk of Rain 2, I'm coming. Just like I'm coming over to your house to give you that companionship you so freshly deserve on this cold, dark nights where you cry out for the warmth of a woman's touch. You know what I was doing? Getting fucking cracked on the sticks with my boys in Risk of Rain 2.
I didn't like Risk of Rain 1. I don't know if 2 is
I don't
good.
know. He made a compelling argument.
He
Risk
did
of
make
Rain
a compelling-
2
That bit about the woman's touch was very, very compelling.
Risk of Rain 2, I think, is in 3D. It's three-dimensional games, completely different. So maybe...
What?
Yeah. I was surprised.
What?
I was like, they made Risk of Rain. You just platforming side to side.
Survival game?
And
They
then
should have
the
saved
next
that
one
for
was like,
Risk of Rain 3. Risk of Rain 3D.
when are they going to
A
make Risk
roguelike-
of Rain?
A roguelike third-person shooter. Oh, wow. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. But, I mean, I'm a little hesitant because I thought the original Risk of Rain sounded really cool, and then I played it and I thought it was bad. So, I might look into it. And check it out. Okay, it came out late last year. No, it came out in early 2019. Oh, this is old. This game's old as fuck. Okay. I'll look into it. Might be cool.
From now on, Ben will only play games that came out after Noida. Which unfortunately
Noida-
means he forfeits Minesweeper by default.
That's true. It's too old. It's just not relevant to the young people these days. People these days don't care about Minecraft. They're all about Picross. Next voicemail is called Soon. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, Benjamin.
That's me.
I am in the process of acquiring a certain picture from 3 men in Ackworth, Georgia. Do you know what that picture is, Ben? Yes, it is that picture. That picture which you have tried to hide from us all these years.
Picture of
That
3
picture
men?
of your butthole, agape, so supple and so inviting. Yes, Ben, soon, very soon.
Dude, I'm trying to eat.
I will have seen your butthole.
You could have just asked.
3 men in Ackworth, Georgia. What does that have to do with my butthole? I don't understand. Listen, if you find it, Godspeed. Next one is called I Have DLC. 3, 2, 1, go.
The whole big lip controversy is fucking stupid. Like, do people seriously think that black people are the only ones in the world with big lips? I'm an Asian guy and I have huge lips. And, like, I've been made fun of it my entire life, but I'm not going to cancel people on Twitter just because they want to draw big lip characters. I don't find it offensive, nor is it meant to be offensive. It's the whole same thing with lollies. Like, there are petite women in the world too, you know. Are you just going to deny these people's existence just because it doesn't gel with your own personal tastes, or you just want to be some moral guardian? Like, people who just want to get offended on behalf of everyone, you're actually disgusting, because you're not doing this for the sake of other people. You're just doing it to make yourself feel better, and you need to fucking stop, because it is actual cancer.
No one was really getting canceled over it, though, is the thing.
No, just Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, just me. Yeah, no one. It really wasn't a big deal, and that's why I'm like, What was even the point? What was the? Yeah.
I don't think that it like equates so well to like lolly stuff though.
I don't really think that's really that's kind of apples and oranges too. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Like it's some of them, yes, are just
he
women who are
said
small.
lollies, but then he was describing adult petite women, and those are not the
petite
same
women.
thing.
It's like
so he's
there's
conflating
absolutely
some things.
lollies that are
To be fair,
supposed
people
to
do
be
conflate
cute
those all the
on,
time
like,
on Twitter anyway.
children.
Sure,
Whatever.
If you're, I mean, I think if you're drawing, if the character is an adult, even if they're small, then they're not a lolly, right? Or is a lolly just an aesthetic and how they look?
I think it
I'm not
depends on
entirely
the-
sure, honestly.
Okay. Whatever. Next one is 2 Daft Punkers pitch about a weekend at Bernie's. 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa, guys stranded at sea with
There we go.
nowhere to be. No clues yet on the voicemail mystery. I'm paddling, 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 paddling. Shark attack. We fight it back. Turn that shark into a sushi snack. Stranded at CP mystery. We still need to find somebody who dares to take responsibility. Once we're close to shore, we'll know for sure. Were there any reason for it all?
Did you catch the question?
I'm not gonna lie, my brain completely ignored all of that.
It was a little difficult to grasp what the words were. I don't know.
Something happened.
Something happened. There's a shark involved. I sure hope the shark's okay.
Once it goes to shore, we'll know for sure. Were there any reason for... I can't hear the last word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't make it out. I didn't feel terrible. But I can't do it. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Nice flow though, as always. Next voicemail is called A Desperate Plea. 3, 2, 1, go.
Release me.
You.
Release me.
No.
This
No, definitely
prison, not. This bondage. I am trapped. How could Munchie betray us? Turn his back on us.
Easy. Just listen to yourself.
Nothing could be simpler. Okay.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah.
I think if
Cool.
Munchie betrays people like that, it reflects well on him as a person.
Thanks for the voicemail. Next one is called Investments. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, PCP. You get a lot of financial advice lately, and all of it's bad and really boring. So I want you to consider this.
Okay.
An investment, right? It's something that you set aside, and it comes back stronger. Literal definition, right? Stock market is gambling and a distraction from the real shit. Let me give you this first tip. Diversity. Feel like you missed out on Bitcoin or GME, early Google, those golden gooses? Well, don't be, because you don't have a crystal ball. You can't know if that shit's going to explode. But what you do know is that over time, meme stocks rise and fall while the market always grows. Don't bother searching for that needle. Just buy the haystack. Diversity. Secondly, you want to get a Roth IRA and cap it yearly. M1 Finance is a good service for this. Consider you put in $6K a year into one of these accounts for 30 years. Once you put in about $180K with proper investments and diversity, your total is going to be at around $1 million for doing fucking nothing. Once you're 60 years old, you can withdraw from this account tax-free and live the good life. If you need money short-term, this is, of course, less useful, but if you have $6K a year you can put aside and don't expect to die before you're 60, this is what you want.
I have a Roth IRA. I didn't cap it last year.
What is
do that?
I am like stunned at just like the extreme change in tone when someone who actually has a brain between their ears speaks on the show. I was like, "Whoa, oh my, where am I? I'm afraid. I need an adult." But the adult left the voicemail.
He didn't say it into an auto-tuner though. How am I supposed to take this seriously?
That's fair.
He wasn't playing the piano. This is, I mean, the diversity thing, like that's similar to like the index fund thing that
yeah, is that not an index fund?
Doublecast said.
This is great advice, but I make less than $6K a year total, so I'm very poor.
How do you make less than $6K a year total?
Because I make $300 a month on Patreon, like $200 a month on this show. Add that up times 12. That's what I make per year.
Tragic. The index fund. Well, the index fund is just a single fund that is tied to the market. Diversifying is like different but similar. I mean, that's pretty much what Minerva said, was the market always grows, and an index fund is like how you get in on that. I have been saying that I want to do that for like months now, and I have not actually got, not months, a month and a half. I don't know, sounds reasonable. Thanks, Mr. Investments. Next voicemail is called Kringus Real. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oi, BCP, it's me, your friend, Kringus Abingus.
Oh, there he is.
I want to tell you all about what I cringed and bugginged at this week. But first, I want to bring this up. Someone called in on the voicemails pretending to be me, and
I'm sorry.
How do you fall for that? How did that happen? You're a smart guy. You do all these stocks.
I just was so caught up in the heat of the moment.
But it is not a big deal. I was hurt a little bit by it. But listen, if you could just send me like an apology, a cash out.
What if I send you a mini fridge?
Let me get to my week. This week, oh man, let me tell you, I cringed so hard at the U.S. government. I cannot believe what they're up to. It's crazy how cringe they are. It's real bad. Anyway, I've been.
Are you suggesting that this is not
really good.
the Kringus Bingus that we know and love?
You get a big
I can't tell for sure.
It's fantastic. I went and binged like
that's a serious accusation.
In a week. It's pretty great. That's what I did this week. I'll tell you what I cringed and bugginged at next week. So keep it up, BCP.
He said it again. Kringus Bingus, a pleasure as always to hear from you. You are a light at the end of the dark tunnel of each week of being a member of the PCP.
I right now I'm doing the Philip J. Fry shifty eyes look face.
That's slander and libel that you would make that face even in private.
Well, sue me. Do it.
The court will hear the case of Kringus Bingus versus Give and Take. All rise. Okay, next voicemail is called The Monopoly Man. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ho 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 ho! Here's the Monopoly Man. Ooh, I love money.
It's
what
me.
Do I also love? Bribing politicians. If you're in the League of Nate Fuckers, send a voicemail and become president. I will sponsor you with 2,000 Dogecoin. This is 2,000 Dogecoin for the best voicemail. Ho 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 ho! This was the Monopoly Man.
Okay.
Humble beginnings of a new character.
What's Dogecoin at right now?
Oh, is he saying Dogecoin?
A little under 6 cents, or at least it was.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of just hung around at like 50. Yeah, it's up to a little under 6 cents.
Yep.
So 2,000. So what is 2,000 Dogecoin worth? It's worth about $100. It's about $100. What? Wait a minute. What the fuck? I just went to Google Calculator, and there's like a sparkly little pi symbol that you can press.
It's because it's Pi Day. It's March 14th.
It's yeah.
Oh, it's like a little like game or something where like it types pi in for you. 1415926. Did I get it right? 14415. What
I know
is
all the
this?
digits of pi.
Oh, it wants you to type the rest of the digits, and it will like give you a little like red button if you hit the wrong one. Okay, very cute, Google.
The digits of pi are 3.12.
Prove it.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next voicemail is called Picross at Work. 3, 2, 1,
wait.
go.
I don't see that one.
It's on the next page.
You don't? Yeah.
Oh, lol.
We got more of these. We got more of these.
Oh. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Gib, what do you do in Picross when it's a square that you have to guess to solve? It's either each corner or the other corner.
You lose.
I can't get my dick hard when I'm procrastinating at work, and I just can't do these puzzles, fam. What do I do?
The unfortunate reality is that with a randomly generated puzzle of Picross, you stand to sometimes have to guess, and it sucks when you do.
Just
I've
like
gotten,
Minecraft.
I've gotten Minesweeper. You mean
Minecraft?
you just play the game and then you get right to the end of a 25 by 25 Picross board. And you've done everything perfectly, and it took 3 hours, not 3 hours, but a while to think about all the numbers involved, and then they were swirling around your head, and you were thinking squares and numbers, this is very intellectual, and then you get right to the end, you have to make a coin flip, you fail, and you just die. That's what happens. That's what you do.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Inspirational.
This is why Sudoku is the only perfect one, but it is a little, I'm tired of Sudoku. I'm too good at it.
Because there's no guessing in Sudoku?
There's never any guessing. If it's, I think
is pretty good.
It's impossible to make a Sudoku that can be, fucked up, because all the numbers have to fit. Yeah.
This is why the competitive Pokemon, is the ultimate sport, because there's never any random chance. There's never any guessing. The winner is always the better player. 100% of the time. Stone Edge always hits, and that's just a fact. Next one is called Riches Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I gave this a little more thought about that financial advice I was giving earlier, and I realized it's bad. Disregard it.
Oh,
here's the thing.
Shit.
Here's the real advice. No one comes to this fucking podcast for financial advice. They come here to hear Ben Saint talk about how he lost $1 million again every single week. So I wasted my time. I wasted your time. I wasted all of our time. I'm very sorry.
He should be. Fuck you. Fuck you. He's trying to ruin the podcast. He's trying to ruin the podcast by making me financially solvent.
You see a future in your mind's eye of Ben Saint saying, yes, my index fund, my special money thingy has made me more money. Haha.
My 401k is taken off.
Yes, everything's going up Millhouse for me, Ben Saint.
My money's doing great. How am I supposed to guilt people into giving me another mini fridge?
I earned that mini fridge. I earned that mini fridge
by
achieving the end. By achieving the end of Noida. All those hundreds of hours I've put into Noida were just training to win that mini fridge from Chalupa-kun.
Doing the math, you made 16 cents an hour earning that mini fridge for all the hours you put into Noida.
But you know what they say? You work, do what you love, and you never work a day in your life. And for me, that's playing Noida for a mini fridge. So, joke's on them. Next voicemail is from Ren. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do I have a speech impediment? Or are microphones just bad? This thing costs 70 EU credits, and I still don't recognize my voice. It's like a stranger recorded this. And neither my neighbors nor the traffic in front of the house are helping.
If by speech impediment you mean your German accent, then yes. You kind of sound like you have a lisp, and that could be the microphone. So, I don't know.
Wait, how does a microphone create a lisp?
I don't know. Maybe it just made it sound fuzzy.
Yeah.
He said he seemed to be suggesting that he does not have a speech impediment, and yet he sounds like he does in the microphone. And he did kind of sound like he had a bit of a lisp, which is that maybe that's what he's talking about with the microphone, or maybe he just has one and he's just in denial about it. I just don't know.
It could also be the recording location. If there's cars driving by and you're noise removing, that would fuck up a little bit of stuff. Deleting
noise removal can fuck shit up.
Scrubbing data from it. Try recording inside of a closet where there's dampening clothing.
Try put that like foam egg crates up all over your walls to suck up the extra noise.
Make a pillow for it and record in there.
Record at midnight when you can scream as loud as you want and wake your parents up.
The only time where you can scream as loud as you want is when you will get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Gotta live on the edge.
Next voicemail is called Cross Browser Extensions. 3, 2, 1, go.
What are some browser extensions that you use and that you think everyone should use?
None. Well, I have an ad block.
Oh yeah,
and that's like that's the
Adblock
only
is-
one that I feel strongly about.
Oh no, wait. I
have
always
two
used.
that I can recommend. First one is Sponsor Block for YouTube. It's a great extension. If you're sick of hearing ads for Raid Shadow Legends, this is like a crowd aggregate thing where they'll automatically mark where sponsor segments are in YouTube videos and automatically skip them.
Whoa,
Super great.
Sick.
That's actually
so cool.
based.
Sponsor Block, super good. The other one, Better Twitter. You can block retweets, you can block ads, you can block all those things and just get all the bullshit out of your Twitter feed. So it's just original content from the people you follow, which is why I'm there in the first place.
Holy shit, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's super good. Okay.
The only one I
I'm tempted
use
by that one.
aside from Adblock is Speed Dial, which is just like when you open a new tab, there's like all of the websites you frequent in like a little grid, and you just click on them. I haven't actually used it that much recently though. I've taken to like opening a new tab and then typing the first letter of the website I want to go to, and then it auto completes.
Yeah.
It's like if I type Y, it goes to YouTube. So really, nothing. Get nothing. Get what Tom said.
Did you guys see that like they're making another Simpsons episode that changes Homer's teenage years?
I was just looking at a tweet.
They've
Okay.
moved-
Currently
They've moved it up.
This is the current year the Simpsons were born in. Homer, 1985. Marge, 1987. Bart, 2011. Lisa, 2013. Maggie, 2020. God is dead, and we need to die too.
Wait. So I remember there was like when we were young Simpsons where it's like Homer and Marge and they're listening to Nirvana and it's the 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
That
So
was the
they
most
already
recent.
did this
So there's
once.
another. Is there another one? Like
There's a new one.
Yeah,
there's
there's
a
a
new
new
one.
one.
Yeah.
Are they playing Minecraft? Like what are they doing?
Well, I mean, it would be in the 90s, so no, they wouldn't be playing Minecraft. But like Homer's got like hip hop posters on his walls. He's got
Shouldn't it be in the
posters for-
2000s?
He's got posters for The Humpty Dance and Naughty by Nature, which is fine, I guess.
They should just
He's got
go
VHS
full
tapes.
insane and like imply that The Simpsons is now taking place in the future and like Homer and Marge were Zoomers.
This is so bad. I don't know. Like fucking the whole like the Homer's mom's backstory like doesn't make any sense if she's not like a hippie. So like what the fuck is this?
It's all not
it's-
canon
it's-
anymore. It's been uncanonized.
The Simpsons
Abe-
is like
Abe Simpson
like a
is Abe
copy
Simpson
paste.
is like is very like obviously like a greatest generation guy. Like and now he's like Gen X. Like fuck. No, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Simpsons right now is like if you copy paste something like a billion times, like it loses. It's like it's sort of like a facsimile of the original thing, but it doesn't make any sense, and it's just sort of lost a lot of like there's JPEG artifacts all over it. You know
It's
that
like
when
the-
you like
it's like-
copy a video, you download a video, you uploaded it like 100,000 times, it becomes like a weird blob.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. It's like they think like we need to change the time it's set in for it to continue to be relevant, but it's not relevant.
I
Nobody
think that
cares.
the unfortunate thing about it is that it implies, and it's probably true, that people who watch The Simpsons on TV will not have time nor the inclination to watch all of The Simpsons. So why would we keep continuity? There's no reason. And now people may
I
not
guess
have a reason to go back and watch the parts of The Simpsons that are good.
I guess it's
I
like
guess
the whole
that's fair.
point is that it's a parody on like modern family interactions, and so by having them be 20 years older than what an average family of their age is supposed to be, it loses relevance. But I feel like The
I guess
Simpsons
it's a
have been
fair-
around so long, like they've kind of become characters in and of themselves, and shifting them to match the current times almost feels like a betrayal of the legacy of the characters.
I guess it's a fair question. Like, who is the average viewer of like the new episodes of The Simpsons in 2021? And it
Yeah.
probably is like it's
It's
probably
just-
not like people who've been watching since the early 90s.
Yeah, it's a new audience watching the same show, and like there's so many episodes that it's like not a given thing that somebody who gets into The Simpsons will want to go back and watch everything. So they're not treating it like it's something that needs to do that anymore.
See, they should have
Which
just
is
had
sad
Bart
for
and Lisa
me,
grow up,
but,
and they
like,
should be the main
whatever.
characters now as adults, and then we could have just had a continuing timeline of all these characters actually growing and changing and evolving.
Well, that wouldn't be relatable because canonically Lisa grows up to become president and Bart grows up to become chief justice of the Supreme Court. So that would be like a really fucked up show. That'd be like The West Wing, and we can't have that.
Damn, you got me.
Yeah,
That's kind of-
sorry. I've owned you at Simpsons trivia.
I wonder
so.
though, because like
I've seen like 3 episodes of The Simpsons, so it's not hard to beat me there.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
You're not you haven't? That's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
I was a big
Sitcoms were never my
Simpsons
jam.
head. Big Simpsons head. I watched it all growing up until I went to college. And then I pretty much fell off it. But
which episodes were they actually? Do you remember?
What do you mean?
Of the episodes that I've
What-
seen,
Yeah.
I think I've seen the one where like everyone thinks Mr. Burns is an alien. That one was kind of cool. I remember that one sticking out in my brain a lot.
Yep, remember that one.
The
The one with Mulder and Scully guest stars, right?
maybe it's been so
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
long.
Yes.
I watched
Yeah,
these
yeah.
like at like 12, just like they happened to be on after like cartoons, and I would just keep watching till my parents like, this isn't for you, and they would turn it off.
Oh,
God.
Okay.
I don't know if I even remember the specifics of any other ones. There's like one Krusty the Clown episode, like, and I remember the Itchy and Scratchy show coming on a couple times in some episodes, but I don't even remember the general context of these episodes. I just remember bits and pieces.
Simpsons is like so good at its like the reason it's gone on so long is because it had such a good string of seasons early on. So I would encourage anyone who's not got into The Simpsons to like try some earlier stuff. See if there's like a few, because like as a teenager or an adult, there's so many things that are like clever, funny jokes that you pick up on. For when you're a kid, maybe things would go over your head. Maybe you'd find the physical humor interesting. Like there's so much clever writing in there. It's really good.
I watched a video earlier this week about it was like a moderately big YouTube channel who people might have heard of. I don't remember, but it was he ranks every Simpsons episode, like every single one, like all 600 plus of them. He goes through each one in order and like gives his thoughts on them, and then at the end he ranks them. The channel was like LS something, whatever.
Lisa
it was like a pretty
Simpson something.
No, it wasn't like a Simpsons channel. It was just like a general like cartoon culture commentary channel.
Mysterious Mr. Enter.
Hold on. Ranking every Simpsons episode. The channel is LS Mark, who I'd never heard of before I saw this video. Just popped up in my recommends, and I was like, that sounds like a good way to kill 6 hours. It's okay. I think I was working while I was listening to it, so it's fine. It was a decent video though. It was good. I recommend it. But he gets really fed up. He gets really fed up with the show. Probably even like earlier. Like people say this show got bad around like season 10, but he's starting to get like fed up with its bullshit even by season like, I don't know, like 7 or 8, I think. Lol. And then there's like so much left to go after that, and he just hates it. It's solid.
Kinda anything for the clout.
Anything for the clout. I mean, it's a solid concept for a video. Wish I'd thought of it.
You wouldn't have finished,
where
just
were
like you
we?
stopped for your Winnie the Pooh series.
I did. I'm too much of a bitch. I stopped my win. I should have made one big 10-hour video where I like ranking every episode of Winnie the Pooh.
That's true.
It probably would have
That's
been,
the way to do
probably
it.
would have been better for views.
Yeah.
You could still do that, I guess.
I still kind of intend to finish the at least season 1 of the Pooh videos, just because I said I would. I don't know when I'll do it, but like maybe after I finish a couple other things. I said I would do it, and I feel bad not having done something that I said I would do. So I might just bang some out at some point, just for the memes. I don't know. Every now and then I still get a comment or two on those videos, and I'm like, how are they finding me? These are people that are like completely removed. These are people I've never heard of before. They're not PCP viewers. They're not like Chris Chan people. They're just
some hardcore Winnie the Pooh
randos.
fans who just like, I need some dank Winnie the Pooh content, and they just find your shit.
Where's that poo?
Yeah, they're poo heads.
I need that poo.
They're poo heads. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why I made the videos, is to get people like that. But like, it didn't, since I got so few of them, whenever one pops up in my comments, I'm like, really? Really? You're here? Why? No, you're all alone. Yeah, I like Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I'm Gen X. We exist. Next voicemail, by the way, is called Spiral. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you guys know the name of the ice type gym leader from Diamond and Pearl? I can't remember her name.
From Diamond.
Help me out.
Ice cream.
Weird that you confused our voicemails for Google.
Wait, there's got to be some joke here.
There's got to be a joke, right?
Let's see. Ice type gym leader. What's Gen 4? Is it Hoenn?
Yeah.
No, that's Gen 3.
No.
No? What?
It's Sinnoh, right? Sinnoh's Gen 4?
Oh, okay. It's Candace. It's the gym leader of Snowpoint City's gym, officially known as the Snowpoint Gym. Her name is Candace. It's got an ice pun in there. Great.
I guess.
Thanks for the voicemail, fucker.
If he had titled the thing "Nuts," it would be like Candace Nuts. Like Candy's Nuts. I don't know. I don't know what he was going for.
Maybe
fail. Epic.
Yeah, epic fail. Next voicemail is called Advice for Custodian Bro. 3, 2, 1, go.
If you're looking for a new direction in life, maybe a new line of work, if you have low education, low skills, I would definitely recommend looking for employment in a bar or a restaurant as a server, a waiter, a waitress. It won't. This advice doesn't work for everyone, but I can tell you that being a server in a restaurant is actually a great job. It's one of the few jobs where your boomer parents' advice of knocking doors and shaking hands actually fucking works. Get a haircut, groom yourself as best you can, put on a shirt with buttons and some nice jeans, and then literally walk into every restaurant in your area. Ask someone there for the manager, and then ask the manager if they're hiring. Give them a resume and fill out the application, and I can almost promise by the end of the week, you will have a job. Being a server, it can be tough work, but it's easy to pick up and learn.
This guy wasn't looking for a job.
And you can make good money. The nicer the restaurant you work at, the more money you make. So walk into the nice ones first. Walk into your fucking local PF Chang's or whatever. Then once you're in there, ask if you can move into the bar. You can bar back to start and then move into bartender. I was bartending with low education, low skills, and I was clearing easily $1,000 a week because I was in a good spot. So just something to try. Hopefully that works out for you, for anyone looking for a new job. Good luck.
This is, I mean, I guess it's true that maybe someone might want to, like, change things up for themselves and get a new job and stop being a custodian and become a restaurant server. Maybe. But, like, that's such basic advice. Like, oh, if you're looking for a job, walk into restaurants and ask if they're hiring. Like, yeah. Maybe it's like so obvious that it bears repeating just because some people wouldn't think of it, I guess. I don't know. It seems like basic advice to me.
Yeah, sometimes
I'm
what
not
people need.
impressed. I guess so. And I mean, I think I would hate to be a bartender, but I'm sure for some people it's a great job that they would enjoy a lot. So, I don't know.
I'm bad with
Whatever.
people, so I'm glad that I studied the arts and I could maybe do that instead. Anything that allows me to avoid talking to people is good.
This next one is called additional advice. 3, 2, 1, go.
And if you're sitting there thinking, oh no, I don't have any experience with that, there's no way a place will hire me, I promise you, a ton of people, their first job is being a waiter in a restaurant. If you've been a custodian and are working 12-hour days, every single restaurant manager will want to hire you. It means that you are willing to work hard, you can take orders, and you're not afraid to do gross things to get a job done, which sometimes as a server you have to do when you have to do extra cleaning and clean bathrooms and shit.
I feel like this guy's assuming a lot. This guy seems really confident that the custodian guy would much prefer to work in a restaurant than to be a custodian. And I don't think that's
so you can make new friends
necessarily
and
true.
You can potentially find a roommate there. Maybe get you out of your parents' house. Also, regulars at the bar and restaurant. If you're there long enough, you get to know them. I've had plenty of job offers come from regulars that come into my restaurants and bars. So, you can pursue other options off of that. You don't have to be a tip slave for the rest of your life if you don't want to be either. Good luck out there, man. It's tough, but I know you can do it. I know you can make a better life for yourself. You're working hard right now. You just got to put that hard work in a slightly different direction. You got this.
Okay, the thing about like working in a restaurant, like you meet more people.
That was like surprisingly
that's
uplifting at the end. I was like, whoa. All right.
I guess he has a point there.
It may be like obvious, but sometimes you just go through life and you miss all of the obvious advice, and then you just don't know what to do.
I mean, when you're in your own shit, it's hard to see out of it.
Yeah.
Next voicemail is called a request, a recommendation. 3, 2, 1, go.
Despite the current state of the PCP, you guys should still do some extracurricular PCP video game content, whether it be a Picross race or a Minesweeper game of attrition. Even if it is just Ben, Gib, and Tom, it would be fun to watch. Ben, you like roguelikes? You should play Tower Climb. Gay rights, trans rights, BLM, ACAB, you get the gist.
Cool. Tower Climb, I've never heard of that.
I wonder what you do in it.
Is it the opposite of Downwell? All right. I got the Steam page up.
It's the sequel to Downwell, Tower Climb.
A roguelike platformer, 5 years in the making. I mean, from first glance, yeah, it looks like the kind of game I would enjoy, so how much does it cost? $15. Highway robbery. No, even Noida was only 10. Wait, no, Noida was 20. Lol. All right, I'll put it on my wish list. Next voice. Wait, as for gaming content, I mean, is it spoiler to say we're going to do the Minecraft thing? I mean the Minesweeper thing?
We've already said it. I think it's
okay. We're going to do
PCP bonus episode Minesweeper.
Minesweeper challenge run.
Who's gonna blow things up?
Who's gonna blow up on social media? Who's gonna get viral? Who's gonna get coronavirus? All these questions.
You can only be one or the other.
Answered. Okay, next voicemail is called Folk Punk Album Recommendations. 3, 2, 1, go.
People who eat people are the luckiest people in the world. Rogue taxidermy. Death and hatred to mankind. This city isn't big enough. Probably nothing. Possibly everything. Gay rights. But that's not an album recommendation.
Okay. Thanks for the album recommendations.
I've never listened to folk punk, but I will probably forget everything you just said.
Is folk punk like Go-Go Bordello?
It's probably just like the aesthetic of punk, but without the electricity. The acoustic guitar.
I think it's probably punk rock, but with like an aesthetic, but like tinged with some kind of like flavor of some kind of like folk musical tradition or something.
It's like the
Go Bordello is the one that jumps to mind immediately when I think about it.
It's like that music, like the ukulele, like with a like a xylophone, like ding ding ding. Happy advertisement friendly corporate bullshit song, but then there's a guy screaming like "fuck everything," ding ding ding.
Like Borat, bing bong, bing bong, bing. Right?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah, nice. I've never heard of any of those albums, lol. Okay, next voicemail is called Trying If This Shit Works. 3, 2, 1, go. You're a fucking criminal. You're a fucking criminal, you know that?
It's literally just a test.
Voice jail, voice jail, voice jail. This is serious business. You're fucking it up. You're fucking up everything.
Oh my god, we have so many more to go, and that wasted 30 seconds of my day.
There's not that many. There's like 100. Nah, okay, we're good. Next one is called Fuck 'em. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Ben, I just checked out the Twitter account of that person that tried to cancel you. And it's pretty much either like apologizing for stupid microaggressions or trying to cancel people over stupid microaggressions. And I just want to say, these are the people that you're trying to appease. And I want to tell you to stop because you can't. Fuck him.
I don't know which person you mean. If you mean the one I'm thinking of with the pink display picture, I wasn't trying to appease that person. Fuck that person. I don't apologize to that fucking white snowflake for anything. If you mean someone else, then I'm not sure. A bunch of them were shit, but I think some of them had a point, and that's what I did. And that's fucking. I'm not appeasing anyone. I'm being true to myself and my spirit.
I don't think like getting cancelled is like a good excuse to like not take responsibility for the things you say just because some people are really shitty about it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether this guy meant that by saying "fuck 'em." He could just be these specific people, but like I don't know. I see like, that idea a lot. Like they're never gonna like they as in like a large random assortment of people, very vague, just like just don't worry about doing all this stuff that pisses them off. Don't ever apologize no matter what. It's like, well, sometimes you do say the wrong thing.
The fact that some of them are shitty, I mean, doesn't mean that those shitty people are wrong about everything. That one, though. That one really pissed me off. If it's the one I think you're talking about. Yeah,
some people definitely are like way too into the cancel culture mode on Twitter. They just don't do anything else with their time on there.
Yeah. Okay, next. Wait a minute. Next. What the fuck is this? Next one is a link. This is gonna give me a virus. This is a link to an MP3. Okay, I will just put this. I will put this in the chat for you guys. Here we go. It's called Uwu Lilia Strikes Again. It is uploading. Give it a second. Okay, here we go. Why didn't you just leave a fucking voicemail? Oh my god. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Listen. We need to talk.
I'm not actually an anarcho-capitalist. Just to be clear on that.
No. We're fine. It's just that lately, coaching Michelle just hasn't really been doing it for me anymore. Oh well. So, I thought, to spice things up a little bit, I'd bring a friend.
Yeah?
In the controversial, powerful strange are two little husbands. Watch my cock come, little public.
Okay, all right.
He's just totally cool with it.
Which member of the league was that? Was it Mike the microphone?
I thought
Mike
that was
microphone's a brony.
Oh,
that
there's
was,
also
those were all the voice clips from the Cum
Zone
video. Cum Zone.
Welcome to the Cum Zone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So I don't actually know who did that. I don't think it's Oblivion Fall themselves who said those.
Man, just cucking Michelle just isn't good enough anymore. Okay. I see. Go on. Okay.
Guys, Nate's back. He's back on the podcast.
Nate's
Wait a
back
minute.
and he's getting fucked.
You can't say no Nate, no watch this week.
There he is. What's his name in the
now
comments?
we'll know if you say it. If you say it, you didn't watch the whole episode.
Well,
I respect that guy in the comments who every week comes back. I respect the dedication. I've turned around on him, and I'm pro that guy. Where is
same? Honestly, it's like that he never like blossoms into anything bullshit like extra. It's just like the same thing every time. If this is the case, then I will say this.
He's on message. He's on brand. He's consistent.
Providing a service.
He's
not trying to link his like social media underneath every post.
Don't give him ideas though.
He's just a pillar. He's just a pillar of the community.
Yeah.
Next voicemail is called Speediest Voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
PCP, me, Max Clutch. Cars run like shit. I think I just got a speeding ticket earlier tonight. Let's do this.
No! Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
This is awful. I hate this.
I'd like to think he's just sitting in his gamer chair playing like Forza Horizon right now.
I'm scared. I'm scared there's going to be like a crashing sound.
That's 100 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per hour. When's the last time you're absolutely reckless? Alright, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of the school zone.
Oh, no. I was reckless. I was reckless just yesterday. No, it was Friday. I was reckless on Friday. I went out. I left my house in the middle of a pandemic. I risked COVID-19 to hang out with people in the Boston Common, in the fresh air, the poisoned air. I hope I don't get any viruses.
Oh yeah, you were with Munchie and Kazi and stuff, and Azcan.
Yes.
Terrifying.
It was nice though, because Azcan picked me up. I thought I was gonna have to. I wasn't gonna risk the tea. I wasn't gonna risk that, but I thought I was gonna have to get an Uber, which is like, I mean, that's not that risky. It seemed a little, but I didn't have to. Azcan picked me up. I don't know. Didn't go near anyone. We just went to the Boston Common, hung out, and then came back to my house, and I was fucked around my backyard like we usually do. So that was me. That was if I die, that's why. That's what did it. It's Munchie's fault. Lol. What about you guys? Have you been reckless lately? Have you drove 100 through any school zones?
Nah, I don't be reckless that often.
Yeah, my life is boring and uninteresting.
If you're not at least a little likely to get COVID-19, then what are you even doing? What are you thinking?
I mean, I went outside a little bit when
there we go.
But it wasn't like that reckless. I went on like the train, and I just had my mask on and I kept to myself, and it was fine.
I went to play D&D yesterday with 5 other people in a tiny space, and none of us were masked up. I guess that's almost reckless, like a 0.8 out of 10 reckless.
I really don't want to go on the T until I'm vaccinated. Like that seems like a super bad place to go if you want to like avoid like going out in the common. Like it's outside. Outside's not that dangerous. The T seems like the exact place that like tons and tons of people are constantly shuffling around, breathing on shit. I know people don't consistently wear their masks because I did ride the T one time. It was when I went to that. George Floyd march thing. I rode the T that day, and fucking guys on there weren't wearing their masks, and I'm like, I don't know about this, so I want to avoid that until I got this shit in my arm. But I'll fucking go out to a park. I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
I am like not a very much of a risk taker. I get cautious feelings when I was like, oh no, I could be doing something bad. What if I get hurt and I'm far away from people? I should head back. You know, that sort of feeling.
Sure.
I feel a little guilty that I'm not epic, but at the same time, I'm alive, so I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it sometimes.
Being dead is the least epic state of being. So
True.
it's really as risk.
But I don't
risk-reward.
really seek thrills. I guess there's like a pressure to like, oh, if you don't seek thrills, you're not, cool or whatever. I'm like, well, I guess I don't, and maybe that's bad.
Cautious Feelings should be the title of your debut album.
I'd never release it. It'll be too reckless of me.
yeah, too embarrassing. Next voicemail is called Advice. 3, 2, 1, go.
Kill yourself.
No! That's the most reckless thing of all.
That's the feckless thing to do.
What if you fucked up and you're
know
just
what that
paralyzed
means.
for life? That's what I think about when I think about killing myself.
Just make sure you do the job properly.
That's not worse than being dead. That's not worse.
I would say it is.
I mean, they're both unfortunate states. I think
If
I
I
think
was
being dead is
paralyzed,
about the
I would
worst
ask
state.
for mercy killing.
I probably wouldn't.
I would, absolutely.
You should ask for
wouldn't.
robot legs.
I mean, I'm already
I would-
partially crippled, and I already think about suicide. Like, man, this sucks. I don't like this. I don't like being able to not be able to run anymore. If a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm so fucked.
I mean, that's an outside possibility. That's an outside chance. You're worried about
COVID was step one, dude. It's happening.
Hey, fuck you for telling me your feelings. They're not valid.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, you're white. Get fucked.
Yep.
Yeah. Next one is called Let's Be Frankfurta. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben Gibb, I have been the center of the Sheppy, Bingzerk, and PC or P prologue. To explain, a long time ago, you and Gibb had this row where you talked about creativity and ideas that specifically you had no plans or like any idea of how they would actually work. The existence of the idea was funny enough. For me, that was a YouTube series of Martin the Lawrence. I was going to combine clips of Martin Lawrence over footage of Sonic on Set AM. Didn't know how to do it, and really don't have any plans to. You obviously didn't hear it because my mic was terrible and I mumbled quite a bit.
I hate you.
Why did you double it
That
up?
was it?
I could
Why did you do
barely
this?
understand that.
I feel like that was an accident. Like, it had to be an accident, right? There was like some sort of
I
echo.
I also think it was an accident. I thought it was on purpose at first.
There was
but I've
nothing
decided
funny
that
about it. It was a legit
accident.
question. Like, there's no reason to echo that.
There was nothing funny about the echo, and also like, why did it cut off there? Like, it I don't understand. Like, it seemed like the voicemail ended before the question was done.
Didn't we have a voicemail about this project before? Right? Like, this sounds familiar. Like Sat AM over like something. Like that's like ringing a bell in the deep recesses of my brain that still
Well, it sounds
unfortunately
like he
can't
did
let
make
go of
a-
voicemails.
It sounds like he did make a voicemail about it before, but he said his mic was bad. So maybe we did
Was
hear.
that
But yeah,
was that
it
the
does sound
joke?
familiar.
Was the joke that the mic was purposely bad this time? I don't know.
I don't know.
I genuinely didn't understand anything that he said. So whoops.
if you think a thing would be funny, you should make it and post it on YouTube, and maybe it'll go viral. That's my. And I'm sorry about your microphone. Please don't do this to me again. Okay, next voicemail. I don't even want to listen to it, but I guess I have to. It's called "It's Okay, Ben. I know that you're not racist." Lol. 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa. This is Samurai.
Yay!
No Sentosa. You have been cancelled for racism. Not teru. Benno Sentosa. Not racist. He traitor. He communist. He corrector of baby foreskin. But not racist. Besides,
thank you.
Benno Sentosa. He know that despite being only 13% of a population, Usopp make up 50% of Imperial down population. Really make you think. Okay, until you next time. Sayonara.
This reminds me of somebody was talking about it, and someone else posted it in my Discord. A video that was played at CPAC of like a Japanese guy calling Donald Trump like the last American samurai and saying like how honorable he was and like how he wants to. Wait, Gib, have you seen this?
Yeah, I was talking about it last time.
Were you? Oh, that's where I heard it. I'm so stupid. Lol. I actually, someone posted it in my Discord and I watched it and I just thought, American Samurai. Who ever heard of such an outlandish thing?
You say as you stroke the Kawasaki scrolls.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Tereteru, so not a samurai anymore. Next voicemail.
Canceled again. Can't use that accent.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Next. That voice is based on offensive stereotypes because it's how Japanese actually sounds in real life. Next voicemail is called Jebediah Prickingson is still alive, unfortunately. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, this is me, Jebediah Prickingson. I'm here to say, darn, can't kill myself anymore. Though, I guess the Janae / Trixie's a bit of an asshole bitch now. Fucking release the brony lecture, you weirdo.
Oh dear.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, Jebediah. Sorry you can't kill yourself anymore. But thanks for the voicemail. Next one is called No More Lies, A League of N Fuckers. Oh wait, I think it's *** N.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That sounded a little bad.
Be. No, 3, 2, 1, go.
I would really appreciate if you actually did suck my dick.
Okay. Shit, I didn't mean to give consent, but I did.
Oh,
fuck.
Damn.
We all know that once consent is given, it can never be withdrawn. It's open season on my asshole. The gates of hell have been thrown wide open.
If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. So, next voicemail is called The Real Question, Pulling Back the Curtain, Unveiling the... 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, I just wanted to know what is the ratio between normal porn and hentai do you guys usually consume on a weekly basis? Asking for myself. Goodbye.
Normal porn to hentai ratio. I mean, I don't think like define do they just mean like live action normal people?
I think he means live action.
Okay. Yeah, it's more hentai than it isn't, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably
1
more
to 0, like 0 to 1.
I think it's probably more hentai because I like manga. I like the comic form for it, and I go for that a lot of the time, more so than for videos. So my ratio is probably like 3 to 1 for hentai. Lol. Tom?
I'm trying to think. This is a very important question.
Yeah.
It's probably similar to your answer, I think. I think it's probably maybe like
we're all on the same
2 to
train
1,
here.
3 to 1, something like that. I mean, we're all art people, so like you can appreciate the artistry at the same time, you know? It's like a dual appreciation.
That's not what I go to fucking. That's not what I fucking jerk it to.
Well,
It's
no,
not like, oh
but
wow,
like-
the line weights are so dynamic.
I don't know. Once you're once you're done, you can reflect on it and be like, you know, that was some pretty good line work.
I mean, there are definitely art styles that are like bad to the point that I'm like, this is impacting my enjoyment, for sure. And there are some artists who I think are good, and I think is sexier. But whatever. I'm not thinking about that. Badong. This looks like it's the last voicemail. It's called "Is
my
Trixie
God.
going to
Finally
to U-turn on the Brony lecture?" 3, 2, 1, go.
To those waiting with bated breath for that favorite media catchphrase, the U-turn, I have only one thing to say. U-turn if you want to. The ladies not for turning.
Is that Margaret Thatcher?
What the fuck is she talking? I don't understand what any of that means.
I don't know too much about that speech, but she was a asshole. She was a conservative, fuck over the poor sort of lady.
Yeah. Her and Reagan, best buddies.
I don't get it.
Okay,
maybe
well,
I'm just dumb.
Here's the context. There's a Wikipedia article on this. "The ladies not for turning" was a phrase used by Margaret Thatcher in her speech to the Conservative Party conference in 1980. The term has been applied as a name to the speech in its entirety. The phrase made reference to Thatcher's refusal to perform a U-turn in response to opposition to her liberalization of the economy, which some commenters as well as her predecessors, Conservative leader Ted Heath, had urged because unemployment had risen to 2 million by the autumn of 1980. Oh, okay. So, all right. All she's saying is, my critics say that I should stop privatizing industry just because it's destroying the economy and making everyone unemployed. And to that I say, the lady is not for turning. We're going forward. No U-turns here. So
To that I say, no.
Based as fuck. No. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Some people say I should do something, and I say I will not.
Yup.
God, what
Correct.
a powerful speech.
Margaret Thatcher really had girl power, is all I'm saying.
She was a girl boss of her age, of her time.
Absolutely.
The girl boss, if you will. The first woman ever.
The first woman ever to ruin Great Britain. But
I don't know
the
about
last. Yeah. Oh, we just got another one. We just got another voicemail.
Why would you F5?
Sorry, but it's called "Let's Be Frank Further." 3, 2, 1, go.
I sent in Bing Zurk as a way to lament my cringe voicemail. I happen to have seen all of Dirk Gently Season 1, and the Guts theme from Berserk 97 sounded fitting at the time. Apologies to Kringus Bingus. I was panicked and short on time because I procrastinated, ironically.
The drama.
The name's Seppi, by the way. I put my name in the voicemail because I thought there was a separate space for the title. My shower speedrun personal best is 4:17.71. To be fair, I have a hard-to shampoo afro, so I prefer to be in a different division like Bolt.
What?
You got cut off. What was the division called?
Thanks for the voicemail. A different Afro division, like Afro %.
Yeah, because it's big hair.
I imagine it probably does make it harder to shampoo if you have an afro. I believe it. Well, shit. I guess that's the end of the voicemails. We made it. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this sucker up?
I don't like it when the PCP's too long and I get tired.
Yeah.
It's not that long. We're under 3 hours.
It's not even that it's long. It's just the voicemail when the voicemails drag. Because I was only here for 2 hours and I already feel wiped.
That's true.
I feel white all the time.
Oh no.
Bad. That's bad. Though.
No.
Okay. Go to speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail if you want to leave us a voicemail, but not too many, because there's too many of them.
Don't leave a voicemail if you're stupid.
Definitely don't do that. And go to patreon.com/thepro to pledge $5 for bonus episodes, which will include that other one. You can hear me beat these guys at poker, and also soon you will see me beat at Minesweeper, not Minecraft. I'm gonna win, damn it.
No.
I'm gonna win the day.
Nah.
Victory will be mine. I promise. And anything else?
Nope.
No,
okay,
we're good.
that's the show. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams, and God bless us, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.